Chat, what did you guys have to eat today? Anything good? That's one downside to the trip to Virginia Beach is I did not have any good food when I was in Virginia Beach, which is a bummer because there is so many good places to go eat in Virginia Beach, and I didn't get to go to any of them. Only been to the ocean once. It was 40 degrees. Time to go to Jackalope next year. Dude, if any of you guys can be at Jackalope next year, we'll have a freaking meetup because I will have to be dead to not be there next year. Which with my health, that could be a thing. I might be dead by this time next year, but if I'm alive, I will see you guys at Jackalope. Banana out, gonna go eat and shower, dude. No worries. Virginia Beach food kind of does suck. Really? I've been to a couple places in the past and it was like fire, so that's surprising. But I haven't been to many places, so I can't say for sure, I guess. But Banana Man, thank you for following. Thank you for hanging out. I'm live many times a week, so feel free to come hang out anytime. Bring the vibes and enjoy the rest of your night, dude. Get some good food, relax, and do whatever bananas do, I guess. I don't know. Um dude, I kind of man, I want to wait till Steak is back to tell some of the stories cuz he'll appreciate them more than most because he knows so many of these guys. So I'll talk about some of the other stuff before the stories, I guess. But for anybody that's here and gets bored very easily, we have lurk bait, so you can do that while I talk about the trip. And we can carry on conversations too. So just because I'm telling stories, if you have something cool to say or whatever, let's carry on conversation between us too. This isn't just about the trip, it's about us. Bro, wow, mods don't even know the correct command anymore? Crazy. Crazy. Insane. The mods don't even know the command. uh so yeah, we're gonna get into I got a little list over here of things to talk about so I don't forget anything. Thought it was a joke. It is no, it is not a joke. It is legit. I'll probably change it back at some point, but for right now it's kind of funny. So uh G1, what's good? I appreciate you tapping in over on YouTube. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Uh Pinhorn as well. Hope you're doing good. I almost read something completely different right there. All right, so we're gonna talk about the negatives. Hold on. Let me make sure everything is working first. Um we're gonna talk about the negatives first. I've returned. I'm sorry. Why are you sorry that you've returned? It's great news that you've returned. What do you mean you're sorry? We're gonna talk about the negatives first, which are very few, thankfully. This was a fantastic trip overall, so thankfully there's not too many negatives to talk about. But I do want to say the big negative of the trip was the streams, in my opinion. I know you guys are gonna disagree. I think the stream sucked for the most part while I was gone. We were supposed to do 3 streams, one on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thursday we had the big problem with the issue where I didn't even get to go live. So so many of you guys that are here now were probably here during that and kind of were trying to help me figure it out and things like that, which I appreciate a lot. Thank you guys for, trying to help me figure out what was going on. I was very frustrated that happened because we had spent the 2 streams before that testing the IRL stuff to make sure that everything was flawless so that when I got there, I could go live with no problems or nothing to figure out. And then immediately, the stream didn't work. And I was very, very upset. I was embarrassed and I couldn't figure out what the problem was. So when I ended the last stream, because I tried to go live like 4 times, I think. I ended the last stream. I went up to the hotel room and I sat down and just tried to figure it out within the app. The Moblin that I stream from and do the IRL stuff, I was trying everything within that to figure things out. I was playing around on the app with OBS to my PC here, trying to figure out what went wrong. And so I tried doing that for probably an hour, hour and a half, something like that. Yo, Hell Monster, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate that. Welcome to the fam. Welcome to the fam, Hell Monster. Thank you so much for the sub. So I tried for probably roughly an hour to get this stream figured out, like what went wrong, what I could do to fix it, and like just figure anything out, right? I got so frustrated that I was physically shaking, and I decided, because at that point it was, I don't even remember what time it was at that point. I think it was after 9 o'clock, that I was just gonna get some food. I was gonna take a shower and try to relax and calm down a little bit, because I was so disappointed. Micah, yo, no way. Oh my gosh, Micah, thank you so much for the follow. Dude, wow. That's insane. Thank you so much for the follow, dude. Chat. This is Jackalope right here. This is Micah, who is the CEO of Jackalope. Thank you so much for following, dude. I appreciate that so much. It was amazing getting to talk to you and just share a little bit about why and how Jackalope has helped me as a person kind of keep going, I guess. Cause man, it's been a rough go of things here the last like decade. Wow, yeah, now that I say that out loud, it actually has been over a decade at this point. That's insane. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. But thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. So so what happened Thursday? This is crazy. Let me see if I can pull it up in the app where you guys can see it. I don't know if you guys will be able to like really be able to tell what I'm talking about here. Yeah, you should be able to see this. Okay, so this is what it looks like within the app that I do IRL streams from, right? So this is the interface right here. So like you can right now you're seeing what the stream is to you guys because it's connected to my OBS here at the crib with the PC and everything like that, right? So after I ate, I probably fooled around with it for another like 30 minutes after that. Not sure. Not sure how long it was exactly, but it was probably around 30 minutes or so after I had already spent an hour plus trying to figure it out the first time. And I clicked on everything. I was going through the app, like clicking on everything, trying to figure out what it could possibly be. But he got the fancy stuff on the phone like some big hacker. No, this is Moblin, dude. I've hooked up. This is what Kurt uses. This is what Brolando uses. Grand Legion uses this. I'm talking to Lego about it now. This app is a game changer. Like, this is the future of IRL streaming right here. Grayson, what's up, dude? Appreciate you tapping in over on YouTube, bro. Hope you're doing well. So this is what it looks like, right? So you have your settings within the app, right? So you have streams, you can make scenes, you can customize how chat is, display, all these different things. The camera, I've spent a lot of time in because you guys were saying the stream looks super crispy, which is good because I've spent hours trying to make it look super crispy for you guys to enjoy the streams, right? So the streams up here, right? So this is Bella Box. That's what the third party is, where I go live within the app. I click this red button right here. I go live, and it sends the stream to Bella Box, which is connected to OBS here. And it ensures that if my signal goes down on my phone at some point, that the stream doesn't just end. Bella Box keeps the stream going until my signal comes back. So my entire stream goes to Bella Box, which is also connected to OBS here. So your URL here, which is for privacy blocked out, of course, my URL is to stream to Bella Box. And I had clicked on every button possible, right? And I just randomly was like, okay, let me just click on URL, and just I didn't, honestly wasn't even thinking about it when I clicked on it. My brain wasn't like, you should check to make sure that this is right, because there's no reason for that to ever change. So I was just clicking stuff. Like I said, my brain wasn't even processing it, right? Clicked on URL, and it was set to a YouTube random like link for some reason. And I realized later that for me to stream within Moblin to YouTube, because I do multi-stream Twitch and YouTube, every time you make a new YouTube stream, you have a new video ID. That's what the link is to the stream itself. And so you have to type in the video ID within the app. So I did that, as I always have, and there was a new pop-up that came up when I did that for for last Thursday's stream that said, would you like to optimize this stream for YouTube? And it didn't really give like a description of what that meant or anything like that. And so I just was like, oh, optimize the stream. I kind of subconsciously clicked yes. I didn't think about it like super closely. I just was like, yeah, if it makes the stream better, sure. So I clicked yes, and by doing that, it changed the entire URL of where the stream for Twitch and YouTube was supposed to go to. So instead of going to Bella Box to go live simultaneously to Twitch and YouTube, it sent it to YouTube. And that's why the stream was showing I was live on YouTube, but not Twitch, because I couldn't figure out, it had to have been working somehow. YouTube was working, Twitch was not live, and people could hear me in one ear on YouTube, but not, the audio was just messed up. So I could not figure out what was wrong with that. And it all stemmed from me clicking optimize the stream, and it within the app changed where the stream was being sent to. And so once I figured that out, I punched the URL that it goes to Bella Box back in, and because of the way that I've set this up in the app, I can hit this go live button right here, and it'll start the stream to Bella Box, but it doesn't start the stream to Twitch and YouTube until I hit another button later. So when I did that, I was able to test it. I got the URL put in correctly. I hit go live, and then within the app again, I can go to OBS and it gives you this snapshot right here of what's being displayed on OBS. So this, the entire time when it was messed up, was my old background because I was on the just chatting screen like I am now, but it was only showing this. It's supposed to, when I go live on here, switch over to my phone camera, but it wouldn't do that. It was only showing the background. So then once I got the correct one put in there and I hit go live, then my back camera was showing up again. So that's literally all it was something new that they did, which I don't think is a bad thing. Like you said, Steak, it's like, it's dumb that they did it that way, but it's not the worst thing if you're streaming to YouTube only. But because it messed up like the multi-stream thing, that's where it all went haywire, basically. So that's what happened Thursday. That's why I wasn't able to go live at all Thursday night. So that instantly set things off on the wrong foot. That's exactly how I felt Thursday night. I was in my hotel room basically doing that. Exact sound. Icy, welcome in. Thank you for the bits. I hope you're doing well. That's literally how I sounded. You figured it out way faster than I would have. Don't know if I would have ever figured out that was the problem in the moment. Dude, I was so mad, and like, it legit took probably about an hour and a half total once I got back to the hotel room to figure out that was the problem. And I don't know if I would have known to even check that until I got back here.
Oh
I just randomly clicked the button and was like, oh, this is wrong. You know? Pup with the 19 months. Dude, we're about to hit 20 months. We're about to hit 20. Pup, thank you for the resub. 19 months. And guys, Pup is here and there's nothing crazy on the screen right now. It's nothing on the screen that's like, why is this here? Because the last time Pup was here, Rooster's something Mexican pizza, he called it, was on the screen. Insane. Pup, thank you for the 19 months, but more importantly, way more importantly, happy freaking birthday. I hope you have had such a good day. Actually, for you, I don't... Hold on, let me think about this. You're so different with time zones. I don't know if it's still your birthday or how that works exactly, because my brain doesn't work very well. But either way, happy birthday, Pup. Please, everybody, go follow Pup. You should have already, because
it's been so long since the first day.
There you go.
It's not me day. It's your day. That's what we say.
That's right. Thank you, Boyo. Thank you for the rap, Boyo. Thank you for the rap and for hitting the bit goal as well. Sick. Yeah, happy birthday, Pup. Please, everybody, go give Pup a follow if you haven't already. I say it all the time. I would not still be here if it wasn't for Pup and her community. So the least you can do is to go follow and send some happy birthday wishes, of course. But I hope you've had a wonderful day, night, all that all that good stuff. Gotten to celebrate, do something that you enjoy, and I'm so thankful to have you here. And for who cares about the 19 months? Just thankful to have you here, and part of the journey that I've been on with the content stuff. So thank you so much for being here, and happy freaking birthday, pup. You are the best. What's up, Jordan? Can I say the numbers that are after 5, that are in between 5 and 8? Um I could say them if you sub. If you subscribe, I'll say them. The numbers that are in between 5 and 8. Um Glad I finally get to catch a key stream. Yeah, no, it's been I've been way off schedule from what I normally do, cuz I just got back from Jackalope Fest, which, if you look, guys, I'm not breaking the immersion, okay? I'm actually still here. What do you mean? Totally at the beach right now. The ocean is just it's frozen in time for a second, all right? Um it's just steak. Oh man. Um God, I can't imagine watching my stream to start the day. I would have to go back to bed and not get up again after that. If I was in y'all's shoes and the first thing I saw was my stream, I would have to day ruined. Um so anyway, we're going to move into the good stuff. The negatives were the streams. The Thursday night stream really set things off on a negative foot. I feel like hot diggity dog. Thank you, Icy, for the bits. I appreciate that. Friday stream I feel like was pretty good. Obviously, the end with my mic dying was not ideal. And then there were some things that kind of pissed me off a little bit. And it wasn't the greatest end to the stream on Friday. But for the most part, I think Friday stream was good. It was cool showing you guys like the street stuff, some of the vert stuff, the demos, the vendor stuff that they had set up as well. I think that was pretty cool. We had some really nice people on the stream too, with like the girl at iFly. She was cool. Showing off the vans that people had painted. That was really cool. And yeah, it was just that part of it was good vibes, and I'll talk about that more in a second. Sorry, couldn't stay long, not feeling too well. Yeah, no worries, Icy. I hope you feel better. Thank you for at least saying hello, and thank you for the bits. Definitely get some rest, and hopefully you'll feel much better tomorrow. You have a mustache now. It's easier to look at you. All right. Well, that's like that just wow. Okay. So now if I'm already don't have any self-confidence, now I have literally zero. Holy cow. Geez. I might become a faceless streamer. I might become a VTuber, or I might just not have a camera at all. Yeah, wow. Yo, what's up, Cam? You dig the mustache? Thanks, dude. Chat convinced me to grow it out, and so we're just letting it fly and see what happens. Now you should have more because you're a stud. No, I had 0 before, and if it quote makes it easier for me for you guys to look at, that means it was hard for you to look at the stream beforehand because of how ugly I am. So now, yeah, we might not have a face cam anymore. Yeah, we're twins now. You pull it off for sure. I don't know. You guys seem to like it. I don't. I still don't know how to feel about it. I feel like I would be a little bit more confident if I could grow more than a mustache, but that's unfortunately all that I have. So, I'm probably gonna let it ride for a little bit longer and see what it looks like. But yeah, I am. Yeah, I can tell you it fixes your baby face. It's not gonna fix how attractive I am. That's the thing. If it's hard to look at me normally, then this isn't gonna help it. So, uh, it just yeah, that's reassurance of everything that I always tell you guys. um. Anyway, we're gonna move into the positives of the trip because there's a lot of them, and there's a lot of really good things to say that you guys didn't see on stream. So, we're gonna get into that. What's up, Panda? Heading to bed after a long day, popping in to show some love. Hey, I appreciate it, Panda. Thank you so much, dude. Hope you are able to get some rest. And thank you for hanging out for the Jackalope streams too. I appreciate that a lot, which is a great transition into the first. I have a bullet point list of things to say here, so I didn't forget. This is the perfect segue into the first one. That the first thing I want to say about the Jackalope trip is thanking you guys because without streaming and content, I would have probably gone to Jackalope, but it would not have worked out the way that it did. And I wouldn't have the confidence that I do without the streams. So big shout out to you guys, whether you helped donate, which I forgot to take this off the stream earlier. So, thank you to those who donated ahead of time. Anybody who gifted subs, bits, or not even like financially, monetarily supporting the stream, just being here, watching the stream, supporting in that kind of way, really does mean a lot. And I'm super, super thankful to all of you guys that just show up here. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty disappointed in how the streams went there. I was hoping that we would have, you know, a lot of people that are here all the time, sometimes, because I tried to really make it clear how much this was gonna mean to me. And I wanted to bring in some new people too, and it really didn't help me at all as far as the stream goes. In the immediate aftermath, I will say some of the stuff that I'm going to tell you guys later will probably end up helping the stream in the future, but the immediate aftermath and like during the streams, I got one follower the whole trip, which is like I got more than that last year, and I didn't even do the streams that I did this year. So, that was a bummer, but you guys that were here, I cannot thank you guys enough for supporting and encouraging me along the journey to get me there and be able to do stuff like that. It was literally a dream come true, and I can't emphasize that enough. So thank you, and a special shout out goes to Rooster. I hate like making it sound like somebody deserves more shout out than others, but sometimes it is completely earned and warranted. Is that the right word? But Rooster literally went above and beyond for me during this trip, before this trip, during this trip, and after the trip. Rooster, I asked him if he wanted to become mod on YouTube for the streams in hopes that we had a bunch of people over there, and if chat got hectic or whatever, Magic Turtle's my only mod over there, and being that it was early in the day, I wasn't sure if he was going to be around. So it was going to be more of like a security type of thing and make me feel better having a second mod over there. He did it without asking, or without hesitation. Sorry, I asked him. He did it without hesitation. He shared the streams, both Twitch and YouTube, to tons of Discords. He posted it on social media. Like, that makes me feel good because it makes me feel like or the people that do that, it's like y'all are genuinely excited that the stream is happening. Because sometimes I see it from other people, and it's like, man, do people even get excited that I'm live? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to know sometimes. So when people do stuff like that, it's like, wow, they're hyped about this. They want to see the stream be successful, that sort of stuff. So Rooster did more than I've ever gotten from anybody when it comes to that before. Like, that was unexpected and so much appreciated, because I could not have ever expected anybody to do as much as he did. During the streams, doing commands in chat, I had this special one set up for where you guys could follow the skaters. Check out the Jackalope stream after I was done. Freaking whatever else I had, I can't even think right now. But he absolutely went above and beyond. So huge shout out to Rooster. And again, everybody that was here for the streams Friday specifically, I know you guys enjoyed that. So thank you for being here for that. It means so much to me. I have a hard time expressing my emotions and putting it into words enough to where I feel like that it's like enough for you guys to understand how special it is to me. So just know it truly means the world, and I'll be forever grateful no matter what. So sucks I only made it one day, but Friday was awesome. I was glad I could make it. Yeah, I mean, I know that the earlier start times was not ideal for me and the stream itself. I've pretty much, since any of you guys have been here, I've gone live at the same time, and to go live like hours earlier than normal, that's obviously going to throw some people off. And that's why I was hoping like maybe we would get some new people in, right? I go live earlier, maybe it brings in some new people. But yeah, I'm very appreciative of those that, that are here all the time, and you still were there for that stream. Like, it really does mean a lot. So, so that was point number one. The second point is, Jackalope for 3 to 4 days, depending on if I get to go the day before the event officially kicks off. For 3 to 4 days out of the entire year, I feel like I matter as a person. For 361 other days, I am an outcast. I don't feel like I fit in. I don't feel super comfortable in any kind of group. Even 100% honesty with streaming, I don't feel like I fit in here. I don't feel like I fit in with a lot of the viewers that I have, because a lot of you guys have so many different interests than what I have interest in. And it's hard for me to like fully feel like I fit in, because a lot of people here, like their thing is gaming or whatever, right? I've done so much gaming stuff since I started streaming, hoping that I could eventually feel like I fit in, and I just don't. Like, gaming stuff is just not for me. I enjoy it occasionally, but it's just not who I am. And for the 3 to 4 days that I'm at Jackalope, I can be myself and not feel like I'm gonna be judged. I'm not gonna be outcasted in any kind of way, because that's what skateboarders are. Like they're a bunch of outcasts, right? And it's it's just somewhere I can go where I can feel like I am free to be me and not have to worry about anything. So I will explain more of that in a second, but we're going to move on to the third point, which outside of the stream is the two most important things here. My buddy John and my buddy Jordan. I cannot say enough about those two guys and what they did for me on this trip. I wasn't going to go to Jackalope this year, which would have been the most difficult thing possible for me, because this is my one escape and one way to cope with all of the negative things that I have to deal with on the daily basis. You guys know some of them. I haven't told you guys about everything that I go through, but I live for this event every year. And I wasn't going to go this year because financially it's a lot of money to go. The event is free, but like, gas money, finding somewhere to stay, having the access for VIP stuff like I had in the past, I had paid for that because I was working. I could pay for it. This year, I wasn't going to get to do it. And just thinking about the circumstances that I was in, that everything also in the world right now is super expensive. Gas is way high. Food is high. Everything is expensive. So I was just like, I'm going to have to take the hit this year and just not go. And I'm going to try not to cry. When John hit me up and was like, hey, if you are able to make it out, but mind you, I had not talked to him about not being there this year. We stayed in touch on Instagram since last year. We met last year, and I was extremely sick at last year's event, and he could see that. That was before he knew what was wrong and stuff like that, but he could tell I was struggling, and throughout the 2 days that I was there last year, anytime he saw me, he was checking in on me, making sure I was okay. And that's when we connected on Instagram and stayed in touch throughout the year. So he had no idea that I wasn't going to go this year. And he randomly hit me up one day on Instagram and was like, hey, if you're planning to come to Jackalope this year, let me know, because I want to hook you up with a VIP. And that was insane to me, because I knew that if by some crazy circumstance I was able to go this year, like I wasn't going to get VIP. VIP's not like, I mean, it's cool. You get to do some cool stuff with it. It's not a must to go to Jackalope. You don't have to be VIP to have the time of your life at this event. But you do get to do some cool stuff. You get the best views of all the contests and stuff. And so I was like, even if some crazy circumstance happens and I am able to go, like I'm not going to get to have VIP. That's just out of the question completely. So when he hit me up and he asked me, I was like, man, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if it's going to happen this year. I'm going to do everything possible to get there, but I don't know if it's going to happen. He was like, hey, it's all good. I understand. But if something does happen, then, let me know and I'll get things worked out for you. So that kind of got the wheels spinning again for me to try to figure out a way to be there this year. And I will say this forever. I didn't deserve to go on this trip, just like I shouldn't have gone last year. But my parents knew how much that, you know, this event means to me, and so my dad, being that he has like some connection things or whatever, was able to get like a deal at the hotel at the Hilton where the event was hosted at, which was a dream for me because I've been there all 4 years and wanted to stay at the Hilton because that's where most of the skaters stay. That's where all the staff stays. All the action, everything happens at the hotel, and you can take 100 steps out the door of the hotel and you're at the beach at the festival. Like I wanted to be there so bad. So the first brick fell, and like the first stone was laid on the path when he hit me up about the VIP, and then my dad getting the deal at the Hilton, which I will pay him back eventually for. All of this money here, this is what the donation goal was to help pay for the hotel. This is not even close to what was needed. Trust me, that is not even close. But all of that's going to go to that. But like those two things happened, and at that point I knew it was possible to be able to go. And had he not reached out to me about the VIP thing, I don't know if I would have even gotten to the point of looking at the hotel and my dad finding out that he could get some things worked out or whatever. So that what he did, I will be forever grateful for. I got there on Wednesday. On Thursday, before the stream, I went out and I was walking like close to where the festival was happening. I bumped into him. We got to talk for probably like 20 minutes. That was the first real conversation that we got to have in person, which is even more insane that he wanted to give me the VIP pass for the weekend, the industry pass for the weekend, because we hadn't even had like a real conversation before other than just messaging on Instagram. But we had a great conversation, just hanging out, chatting about what he was going to be filming over the weekend, skating stuff, updating him about how I was doing. Like it was just like two homies that knew each other forever getting to hang out. And that was the first time we ever really had a real conversation. So I can't thank him enough for doing that. And I don't know how I could ever repay him in the future, but I promise you, if there's a way, I will find a way. Pitbull was not at the hotel, unfortunately, but there were a lot of people that were at the hotel that I was at. Yeah, his name is it's like Jean, but he's French, so it's Jean. But huge thank you to him. Give him a follow on Instagram if you haven't already. He's the main filmer for Jackalope. He does all the edits that you see on social media, and he's an amazing dude. More importantly, so second is Jordan, who I met a few years ago at Jackalope in a 15-second quick interaction. Bumped into him later that night and had a great conversation with him. Once again, stayed in touch through Instagram over the years. Saw him last year. Didn't get to do like a ton last year with him. And then this year, my gosh, did he hook it up? Like, man. Jordan went above and beyond to make sure that I had what I needed with Monster this weekend. I bumped into him on Friday before the stream. had a great chat with him, catching up for a bit, talking about life and all that sort of stuff. And he basically I basically told him, like, I had never really gotten to tell him about, like, some of the stuff that I face every day and the things that I go through, that sort of stuff. And so we talked about that, and I talked about how much the Monster brand, but also family means to me. I know for the stream, it kind of started from a joke of like White Monster Gang and like whatever, and it kind of all was like a meme in a way, but like there was also like meaning to that as to why that's always been a thing for the stream. And I basically told him that as a kid, I would watch Fuel TV every morning before school. So Fuel TV was my introduction to action sports, watching uh Danny and Dingo show, Camp Woodward, New Pollution. That introduced me to the Do Tour, so I would watch Do Tour reruns of skateboarding contests, BMX, freestyle motocross, like all that stuff. That was my introduction to all things action sports. And you would, as a kid, you saw the Monster logo and you're like, dude, that's sick. Like that's the coolest thing ever. Cause you would see commercials for it. You would see like all these dudes doing the coolest things on skateboards, or like Ken Block for me was the first like real introduction to Monster was Ken Block. He rest in peace. My gosh, that was a huge loss for everybody when he passed away. But he did crazy drift stuff and um just did things that like nobody else could ever do again. But like seeing it was like you through the logo and commercials and like anything, you saw the lifestyle through that. And so as a kid, I don't even know how old I was, probably 7, 8, I don't remember exactly. Seeing that as a kid, it just was like ingrained in my brain, the logo, and just like, yo, this is sick. And because of that, like it fueled for sake of a better word, Fuel TV kind of fueled me getting into skate. I love freestyle motocross. I love BMX, surfing, snowboarding, skiing. I love all those things, but skateboarding always stood out to me way more than the others. And so Fuel TV and Monster kind of got me like interested in skateboarding. So then it went from that to X Games and following contests and things like that. I didn't even skateboarding was so not a thing from where I was, from where I'm from. Me and my one friend were the only people that had skateboards. So I didn't even know video parts were really a thing. Like I wasn't on YouTube or on any site on the internet looking up video parts, anything like that. That didn't get introduced to me for years later because skateboarding was just not a thing where I'm from. My whole life was dedicated to baseball, and that's all I knew. I knew baseball, I knew motorsports. That's it. So my path and journey with skateboarding is kind of weird. It's very unique, but through all that, it all started with Fuel TV and Monster, and I was telling him how it's just amazing how one look at a logo or something like that can really change your perspective on so many things. And I've just always loved the Monster brand. The drinks are great. I love the drinks. If the drinks weren't even a thing with Monster, I would still love it just as much as I do now. If it was if it was an insurance company and they had, obviously that doesn't make sense because they're doing action sport stuff. I'm just using it as example. If they did something like that, I would still, if they branded everything exactly how they do now, I would still love it just as much. Drinks aside, don't care about that. It is the coolest brand ever. And so I was telling him about that, and he said, like, you saying that couldn't be any more true because he's been with Monster for a good while. He said it is truly a family with Monster. Everybody takes care of one another. They get to have fun. They love what they do. It is a bunch of outcasts, maybe a little bit more on the edge type of person that's going out there and doing these crazy, action sport stuff. But you can also, if you aren't an athlete, you can also be part of that brand and part of that family by working with them. And it's just a bunch of people that are a little bit different than everybody else. And he said it is truly a family with everybody that's a part of it. And that's when he told me, he was like, you don't have to be anybody big. Like I know you well enough. I see your vibe and the way that you carry yourself and things like that. He said you are part of the Monster family, which hearing that, I was crying. I was in tears. Like I needed to hear that. You know what I mean? Like, am I sponsored? No. Am I getting sent to all these cool events? No. But to have him say, like, I am part of the family was the coolest thing anybody has ever told me, because it's like, I don't have to be. A lot of times for me, and this is the same for everybody, a lot of times we think that, like, we have to be at a certain level, or we have to have a certain amount of followers with whatever we're doing, or we have to be at this status, this title to be considered, in with whatever. And that's not necessarily true. Like, being a good person, being the person that you are, you're going to fit in with certain types of people, certain groups of people. And I feel like I very much am what Monster is about. And I might not be the most outspoken person and things like that, but, like, on the end, you guys saw on Friday, that's who I am. When I'm in that environment, that's when I come out. You know what I mean? Here, I still don't feel like I fit in. I'm in my shell as we speak right now. But when I got out there on Friday, that was me. Like, that was me, who I am, unleashed, and no care about what anybody thinks of me, because I was surrounded by 20,000 people that are like me. You know what I mean? And it was the coolest feeling ever to have him say, I am part of the family. And not only did he say, I'm part of the family, at that point, I was with them for the weekend. I had already had the stream plan for Saturday to go out there and stream the demo and things like that. But I I was part of the crew to be there. I could come freely back and forth, and anytime that I wanted to come hang out with them, they would open the gate and I was in. Um, which that's insane to me, because I don't have I I don't. You guys know I don't. How do I say this without sounding like? Oh, Pop, thank you for the gigantified monster. Thank you so much, by the way. Thank you for the gigantified monster. Yeah, can we get some love? Can we get some monster love, please? Um, you guys know I'm not a huge fan of myself, right? And I have no reason to feel that way. I know I'm a good person. I'm a great person. I care deeply about other people. And I have no reason to feel the way that I do about myself, but I just don't like myself. I never have. I talk negatively towards myself on stream, off stream, in Discord, IRL, even when I'm all by myself like I am now. I'll go through the day and be like, dude, you're a freaking loser. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I be saying stuff like that about myself all the time. Um, but hearing him say that and being a part of that group there, for the week was was amazing. Thank you, Steak, for the celebration. I appreciate it. I should rename that as Pog or something. That should be my Pog emote. Um, but I truly I truly was. I didn't have to hesitate when he said that. Like, usually if somebody tells me that, I would be like super reserved about it and just be like, well, yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe, maybe I can come back and, maybe I'll come hang out again or something. But like, Jordan is such a genuine person and you can see it in the way that he interacts with people. Like, if he tells you something like that, he truly means it. And when he said that, I was like, all right, hey, say less. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all 3 days at different points of the day, I just went back over to the Monster area. I was chilling with all the guys that were there with Liam Pace, Trey Wood, Brady Baker, Daniel Sandoval, Jeremy Malott, all those guys. I was just chilling with them. And I didn't feel like I was in the way, you know? Like, again, any other time if somebody told me that, and if I actually went and did decide to do what they told me I could do, I would be like, man, I'm in the way. Like, I need to just get out of here. But I just was chilling. I was just hanging out with the crew, and it was absolutely amazing. Jordan is one of the nicest dudes ever. He has the crispiest daps of all time. Dude, I dapped him up one time and we had everybody within the radius of us. They looked and were like, dude, crispiest daps ever. Jordan got a watch from Micah at the end of at the podium ceremony at the end of the end of the street contest. They give which is another huge W on Jackalope's part. They get custom Nixon watches made to give out to special people, as a thank you to them for what they do. I think this year they gave at Virginia Beach specifically, they gave out like 20 or more watches to people because they truly appreciate, they know the work and effort and all that goes into stuff. Jordan got one of those, which was sick. And then after the podium stuff was done, I went down. He gave me a huge hug and like just it. I feel like I'd known him forever. He told me that despite my circumstances in life and what I go through, he said none of that matters to me. I would still have you out here with us, whether you were dealing with stuff or not. Like he said, you're the kind of guy that I would want to spend my time with and like have in my corner, that type of stuff. Like, dude, you as somebody who constantly goes through negativity and like losses in life, hearing that kind of stuff, there are no words to describe how much it means. No matter what I say about myself, hearing just what I've dealt with from other people in my life, not being appreciated, mistreated by countless people in my life, hearing that stuff, there's no way to fully express how much that really meant to me. So Jordan is a homie for life. I got invited to come out to another event with Monster in September in Virginia Beach. They are having an event called Supergirl, which they're celebrating their 20th anniversary of Supergirl this year, which is so freaking sick. Steak, thank you for another gigantified emote, by the way. I don't know why that one specifically. When gigantified emotes pop up, they don't show up on this chat, but they do on this one. Sorry I missed that, but thank you, dude. I appreciate it. But but Supergirl is a all female festival, which is sick. It's all female athletes. They have a huge concert concert festival atmosphere type thing. All female singers, and for their 20th anniversary, they're having like multiple festivals to celebrate. One of them is in Virginia Beach. Monster is the title sponsor of that. And he said, if you can make it out here in September, you're with me the whole weekend. So, I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm probably going to run some more of these donation things and hope that maybe I can go out there and we'll get to do some streams at that. It looks like a super sick event. The streams would be lit. There's skating, there's surfing, there's beach volleyball, beach soccer, all kinds of stuff. And like I said, it's all female athletes. It's just celebrating and highlighting um what women can do in life, and just like athletes, and like I said, the concerts are all either individual female singers or female led bands, um which is super sick. And it's at Virginia Beach. It's on the beach, so it'll be a pretty similar vibe to what Jackalope is. And if I can make it out there, then I he told me that I'm with him the whole weekend. So, um, huge thank you to Jordan. I I don't even have any words to say about him or anybody that I'm listing here. Like, I can't say enough about what they did. Um, I want to say Micah, who I thought followed me on a little while ago, and then there was a second Micah that followed later. So I think somebody's just effing with me here. But Micah is the CEO of Jackalope, and it's a very big point for me that every year that I'm at Jackalope, to anytime I see one of the staff members for Jackalope at some point during the weekend, I want to go out. I want to go and thank them. For a lot of times, I've been guilty of this too, where you go to a festival or you go to something like that, and you don't think about the work that it takes to not only put the event on and make sure things go smoothly, but just like getting the event to that spot in the first place. The setup of the event, the work that goes in behind the scenes with marketing, and just across the board, all the work that goes into it. So I try to make it a point to, show some love and show appreciation to those people. That's how I met Jordan the first time. Is, I saw the work that he was doing over the weekend with Monster. I didn't even know really what his title was. I just knew he was kind of like running the show for Monster and making sure things were going smoothly. And in college, I did a lot of that stuff with athletics. So I kind of know not to that level, but I kind of like understand some of the work that goes into that stuff. So I see it in a different light, I guess, than, just an average person may. And so I went up to Micah and told him, I was like, hey man, I just want to first of all thank you for bringing this event to Virginia Beach in the first place, and everything that you guys do. And he literally just like stopped and just like turned and gave me a hug, and like you could tell it really meant a lot to him. And so then we had a quick conversation the first time we met, and then we went. I saw him on Saturday and had a longer conversation with him, which I think in and of itself is amazing, because how many CEOs of anything do you actually get to talk to, right? And he's out all weekend long, going to all the events, talking to the vendors, talking to the fans that are there, talking to everybody, just, accessible to everybody, and to have a really good conversation. And I told him, like, this event literally kind of helped change my life and save it in a way, because the first year that Jackalope was in Virginia Beach was right before I got taken out of work. And I was on this high of like getting to experience that for the first time. And then the low of like feeling like my life was over. Something about being there and like having those memories and the excitement of thinking about getting to go back the next year just kept me like, all right, I have something to strive for and look forward to. And that's literally what my life has been the last 4 years. I've said it before on stream. I don't get to do anything in life, really. I don't get to go on trips. I don't get to go out. My interaction with people is when I go live on stream. Like, I'm in so much pain and discomfort all the time. Like, I don't get to go live a normal life. I would love to go and wake
Amorandum,
up and
welcome in.
have a
I'm
normal
saying
job
hello.
and all these things like that, but like I that's not my life, you know? And what's up, Amorandum, by the way? Welcome in. Actually, I'll have to sleep now. Love you all. Hit me up if you need an ear, brother. That goes for anyone here. Panda, thank you, dude. I appreciate it so much. I hope you do get some good rest tonight. Um, Congratulations. Yeah, I don't the mod anniversary things, none of those are right. Amorndom has been a mod for way longer than a year, and Boyo has been a mod for way longer than 6 months. No idea why they say that now. Um, but none of those are accurate. You guys have been mods for way longer than that. So, um, but anyway, I had a great conversation with Micah and told him kind of, very briefly about some of he was asking like, why does this event mean so much to you? And I told him about, just very quickly about some of the things I'm going through. And he literally stood there for probably 3 minutes and just encouraged me to keep pushing and keep dreaming and keep working towards whatever it is that I want to do in life. And again, I mean, that's a CEO of of Jackalope that's sitting there taking the time in the middle of the festival. It's not like this was before or after. This was in the middle of when everything was going on, and I just simply was going to say thank you and move on. And he stood there for probably total close to 10 minutes and had a conversation with me, and I cannot thank him enough for that. And we're connected on Instagram, so hopefully we'll be able to stay in touch and maybe work some things out for next year with Jackalope. Even Jean told me that he would try to give me some things to do in the future with Jackalope as far as editing goes. So there are little things that are starting to happen, and of course I want them to happen now, right? Because I've waited for so long. But um, it's encouraging to know that all of this hard work that I've put in, you guys that have been around a while, you guys know. I mean, I go insane with whether it's my content or editing for Sam or whoever, like, you know what I mean? Like I've been on the grind, and it's nice to see that being a good person and also a hard worker despite the challenges that I have in life can still lead to things working out. So thank you to Micah, thank you to all of the staff. I got to meet so many of the people at Jackalope this year. They are the coolest people in the world. They're at work and they have the most fun. They have so much fun with what they do. Trash with the 300 bits. Trash, thank you, dude. Thank you for the 300 bits. How are you today, dude? I hope you're good. Also, IDK over on YouTube, life is painful and beautiful. That is so true. That is so true. We all have our own unique story, and there's a lot of pain and there's a lot of beauty in every single one of those. So, um, that is very beautifully said, bro. Trash, thank you again for the 300 bits. I hope you're doing well. Um, I hope you guys are having fun. We don't have a ton of people here. I'm re-strategizing everything, streaming, YouTube, uh clips on Instagram and all that stuff. Everything is changing soon. I'm sick of the way things have been. Um so everything is changing soon, and I'll talk about that more tomorrow, but um I'm well, thank you. Hope all is well, my dude. Yeah, I'm just talking about the trip a little bit, man. Just recapping some of the stuff that happened. Yeah, there should be a vertical and horizontal YouTube stream going on right now. Um and yeah, I know every time that I'm talking about something I'm passionate about, like there's less and less people here cuz all I'm doing is talking. I don't care. I'm so sick of like not feeling like I can do what I want to do. If I lose viewers and lose people watching the streams over this, then literally screw those people. If you can't appreciate my passion and appreciation for people and things like that, then I literally don't want you here. Um, there's just not there's just people not wanting to talk over you too. I mean, that is true, but also I was curious tonight because of what I'm talking about right now. So I've had my viewer count on tonight for the first time in like months, and it is lower than it normally is, and it's dropped as I've continued to talk. So I know some people have gone to bed. That's fine. That's different, of course. But I know who they are. I've it's been going on since the new year. This stuff that I'm talking about is not like it's just happening now. This has been going on for a while. Um, and I'm just to the point where I'm sick of it. So frick them. Don't want them here. I'll restart if I have to. The passion makes it real, bro. You'll attract people who share your passion in this way. Rooster, you missed the freaking 5 minutes that I was talking about you specifically. Unbelievable. I'll talk over keys any day. I'm a prick like that. And you know what, Amorndum? You're the only person that I would let do that. I'm just kidding. I did miss it. I'm scared what happened. Am I in trouble? Yeah, actually, after tonight, you're banned. Sorry. Yeah, you ruined everything. You ruined everything. So have fun tonight, buddy. That's all I can say. Cause it's over for you after tonight. Oh man. Okay. That's fine. I'll just play Vlanrote. Good. Go play Vlanrote. I know you would rather be playing Vlanrote with Sky right now than watching my stream. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. We're let's get back on track here. Let's get back on track. Sky. Yeah, you're saving her for me, right? Let's get back on track. So next up on the list is Dan Hubbard. So Dan he's the MC for the monster stuff this weekend. He was the guy that you guys heard on the mic during the monster demo. He used to do a bunch of Supercross stuff, and now he is part of the monster stuff. They go and do these events and stuff like that. I had seen Dan at Jackalope for the last 2 years, I think, and never gotten a chance to speak to him or anything. Never really had a reason to. Um, but then, being part of Monster this weekend, it was just naturally going to work out to where I got to talk to him at some point. So, um, I I got introduced to him, and he was because he didn't know who I was, of course, right? And here I am, like in the inside of the area where they were hanging out and stuff, and he's like, "All right, so what is this random guy doing here, right?" So I told him, like, how I had met Jordan, and he basically told me I'm part of, the family and stuff like that. And so we started talking, and I honestly, I don't even remember the start of our conversation, but he I told him, like, yeah, like this things have been tough the last few years, got a lot of health stuff going on. And I keep this in mind when I say this. I had not specifically said Crohn's disease to him at this point. So he goes, "Man, I feel for you. Like my heart goes out to you, and it breaks for you because my daughter is going through a lot of health issues too." And he said she has severe Crohn's disease. And literally in that moment, I was like, "Bro, that is crazy. Like, what are the odds that this guy that I'm standing here talking to right now, who I probably wouldn't have gotten to talk to without being part of the Monster family for the weekend, like, his daughter has Crohn's too." And I was like, "That's insane because that's what I have too." And so he started telling me about, like, her journey with it. She got hit at the same age that I did when I first started having symptoms. Um, and so we pretty much just had a conversation, just one on one about stuff like that, and some of the things that she's been through and I've been through. And at the end of the conversation, I had not only made a new friend, but also we exchanged numbers, and we're gonna stay in touch. And he's gonna help me out any way he can, keep me updated on how she's doing. And but like, that is not a coincidence, man. I had, before I left on the trip, I can't remember what it was, but there was something where somebody had all of these things happen, like, back to back to back, and they were like, "That's not coincidence. Like, it doesn't work. Nothing can work that perfectly together and it be just a coincidence, right? Like, it was meant to happen that way." And that's exactly what happened to me talking to Dan, because I met Jordan. Jordan and I became homies. I get invited to come hang out with Monster, and I'm with them for the weekend, and then I get to meet Dan. Those things, all four of those things, don't happen just by random chance. Like, there's no way. There's more to it than that. And so Dan and I had a great conversation. We were texting earlier today, um, and it's like, it was just amazing, man. So he was great the entire weekend. He let me do the stream Saturday, and get in there and get some angles, which next year, by the way, we're gonna be doing some very, very cool stuff when it comes to that. I'm already talking to Dan about some things for next year with Monster and the Jackalope stuff. But yeah, and then on Sunday I went back and was hanging out with them again, and they were doing one of the demos, and he said, I got my buddy Trey. He was on the mic. He said, I got my buddy Trey here. He's a streamer, editor, all like he was saying, talking about me, and then he put me on the mic to shout out like my channels and stuff, which was crazy. I was like in front of all these people at the monster demo on the mic, like it was insane. So huge shout out to Dan, great dude. Next year, like I said, we're gonna try to do some really cool stuff for the stream and have him on there and be part of it. So I'm literally already counting down. It's 1 week later next year than it was this year. So we're just over 365 days away from the festival kicking off. But trust me, I'm on the countdown and I'm already working on next year. It's going to be absolute cinema. Can I be an honorary Crohn's disease haver? Trust me, you do not want that. Trust me. Someone who's got a plan of showing up a little bit. No, I mean, I know not everybody's going to agree with me on this. That's your opinion. This whole trip was God working in my life, because I've been in a rut recently in my faith and in life. I've been pretty depressed the last couple of months. I'm sure that's shown on stream at times. I've been pretty depressed, and I haven't had anything that's really gotten me out of that. And I was hoping that this trip would be what I needed. And that's what I was saying. The stones were starting to get laid when I got the VIP and I got the hotel stuff worked out, and Jordan was hitting me up, and like, you know what I mean? They were getting laid out, and then I got there and I started meeting all these people. That doesn't just happen. That was 100% like God was working that out, and I saw that a lot this weekend, and kind of got me excited again on life, you know? And that's why I'm going to just start making content that I want to make. I'm tired of feeling like I got to do certain things. I'm just going to do what I want to do. Is Keith going to forget about us when he's rich and famous with Monster? Dude, that is, if that day ever came, I am going to be the same person that you see right now that's telling you this in this very second as I will be if that day ever comes. I will just be the only difference is you will see more of what you guys saw on stream on Friday than you see now. That's the only thing that's going to be different. I will still always be thanking everybody that constantly, like I do on stream. Everything that I do now will be the way that it is then, whether I am this size of a content creator or I am traveling with Monster or whoever it is, not even Monster, just whoever. If I quote unquote make it as a content creator, I will still be the same as I am now. What's up, Sonia? You do what you want. We'll be here. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I initially that's what I had planned to do with streaming and content, was to do what I was passionate about, and then I started getting people watching the streams, and I knew what they were interested in, and so I was like, well, for me to convince these people to continue to come back, I need to do more things that they want to see. And I tried to do that, and it just it was never what I really wanted to do. So you know, I've posted daily clips on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok for almost a year and a half straight, and I'm gonna just re-strategize on how I do everything. Everything is gonna start being a little bit different. I'm still gonna be me, but like the content wise, like everything is gonna just start to be different, because I just want to do what it might not be as successful immediately, but in the long run, I think it will be better for things overall than it is now. Um, so, expect to see some changes soon, and I'll talk more about that as it happens. But I appreciate you saying that, Sonia, and I hope other people feel that way as well. So Friday was goated. Yeah, I mean, that like I was saying earlier, I don't remember if you were here at that point, Rooster, but like Friday, what you guys saw during the Friday stream, that is who I am. It's just I have to be in that environment for my true self to come out because that's where I fit in. I as soon as I got to Virginia Beach, I knew like, okay, I can be me now. And even coming back here and going live tonight, I'm back. Like, I feel like I need a hoodie on and like put it over my head and just be in like a shell because I'm like I can't fully be myself. Um so for that, and that is all of the reasons that Jackalope and the people and the festival, like all the reasons why that stuff means so much to me. The top of the triangle, like the number one point at the top, is because for for those 3 or 4 days, however many days I get to go, that is the few days out of 365 for the whole year that I can be me. You know what I mean? Um and I hope that I can have more of those days and eventually get to the point where I can do that every day, but that is why this event means everything to me. So, the whole thing is to show your passions to the things you like. Yeah, I mean, and I guess ultimately like it's my fault that I have streamed for so long not doing the things that I'm passionate about, but it's because I have so little self-confidence that when I started having viewers, I was like, I have to do everything every single night the way that they want it so that I can convince them to continue to watch the stream. If I do things that I want to do, then they're not going to be here. I'm a sports guy. I love music and I love people. That's who I am. Gaming and, certain like a lot of things that most other streamers do, I don't really have an interest in. Like I enjoy gaming. It's fun, like it is what it is, but that became like my main thing because that's when I started picking up viewers. So I was like, okay, well, I just have to game. Whether I want to or not, like I just have to do gaming stuff. Um and I'm just tired of doing that, and it might hurt my chance of growing for a while until I can establish myself in other places, but I think I'm going to be happier, and if people don't enjoy it, then I don't want them to be here anyway. I used to be like even if people don't enjoy it or whatever, like I still want them to be here cuz I want to grow and become, bigger as a content creator. And I still do, obviously. But if they're going to have that kind of attitude, then I don't need them here anyway, right? They're ultimately just going to drag me down in the end. And I've let that go on for long enough. So, yeah, I'm going to, I had said that streaming stuff, I would take Wednesdays and Sundays off. I may end up only streaming like 4 days a week now. I don't know for sure. I now that I'm back home, I'm gonna take the start of this month and really think about what I want to do. I haven't done that since the very beginning, and things have changed a lot since then. So I'm gonna take a lot of steps back and just be like, okay, Twitch, YouTube, content, clips, all that stuff. Like, what content do I want to do? And I also have, editing to do for Sam, and I would like to leave some time open to be able to pick up even another couple of clients to do some editing for. So, I may get to the point where I stream 4 times a week. And it's not because I'm not putting in as much work. It's not because I'm not as passionate about it. It's because to be my best self, I also need to do these other things. You know what I mean? And I I there is not enough time to do what I have been doing in the past. I tried to make it work, and it just was not gonna do it. It just wasn't gonna work. Streaming 5 to 6 times, YouTube video every day, 2 clips every day, editing 2 weeks of video for Sam, uh, making all of my thumbnails. Like, I tried to make it work, and it's too much for one person, and it's time to go back to the start and just be like, okay, this is what I want to do, and this is how it's gonna happen. So, give me some time. I'll talk about it more, as I figure it all out, and I'll let you guys know the grand plan at the end of everything of what it's gonna look like. But just know, over the next couple of weeks, streaming might be a little random. I'll let you guys stay tuned in Discord. That's where you'll know what's up. But streaming might be a little bit random. YouTube videos might be a little bit random. There won't be clips every day on social media like there has been. But we're gonna restructure everything, and we're gonna get back to where I'm happy with how things are going. So, Cora, welcome in. It is so great to see you. I hope you're doing well. You're not gonna please everyone, and it's okay. Yeah, I mean that's facts, Sonia. I really struggled with that for a long time.
Bro,
Winter with the
I didn't get a
11 months.
notification.
You didn't get a notification? Well, frick Twitch. Dude, thank you for the 11 months, dude. How are you, bro? I miss you guys so much. I feel like it's been forever since we got to hang out. But thank you for the resub, dude. I hope you and Cora are doing spectacular. I was trying to think of a different word than great or good or whatever. Spectacular is the first word that came to mind, but we're just gonna roll with it. Bro reached enlightenment, and I love it for you. I'm not kidding you when I say this trip changed me for sure. This trip changed me in what I think is the best way that it could have changed me. It's given me a lot of hope that I did not have. Literally this time last week when I was getting ready to go to bed and hit the road for my trip going to Virginia Beach, I am a different person than I was last week, and I have a hell of a long road ahead of me, but at least I do see a little bit of light this time, and I haven't felt that in forever. Yeah, Cora and Winter, we need to man, even if we don't do anything stream or whatever, we should all just hop in a call soon. I miss you guys so much. I hope work and life in general is going good for you guys. It's cool to hear. Yeah, I appreciate it, Sonia. I was just talking about it a few minutes ago, but I needed this trip desperately for a lot of reasons, but God definitely lined things up for me this year in an amazing way. So why do we buy 10 plus gallons of gasoline when we could drink 10 plus gallons of milk in one sitting? Wait, hold, what? Huh? $10 gallons of milk in one sitting? I that's I I don't think that that's physically possible. I I'm not an expert when it comes to milk, but I don't think that's possible. Life's been good, cleaning a neighbor's house once a week for a little money, but just been living, enjoying seeing the chicks grow. Oh yeah, that's awesome. No, I'm happy to hear that. That's great. Hope you're having a lot of fun with them. I'm asking the real questions. Dude, I don't like 1 gallon of milk is like questionable. Please don't attempt that. I like I said, I can't prove that anything would happen because I don't know, but please don't try. You know, I do it daily. Oh, okay. So you're just casually taking down 10 gallons of milk daily. How do you afford that? How do you afford that? Like that's congratulations, bro. I don't know how we're just finding out about this. You need to like film it or something and call Guinness World Book of Records or whatever the frick it's called and and get them to come over and hang out cuz you might be in a book, you might be in the 2027 Guinness World Record book. I am 90% milk. Yeah, Rooster doesn't have blood in his veins, he has milk going through them. Rooster's literally like run if he cuts himself, it's white instead of like blood red. Threw some pics in the Discord. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I'll remind me to check those out in a couple minutes because I got one cool photo to show you guys. I'm gonna get a couple more thank yous and shout outs done on my list, and then we'll check out those photos. I know you guys are probably bored of hearing about the trip, but some of the funny stories I haven't told you guys yet, so stay tuned for that. The last uh the last like thank you uh kind of shout out that I want to say. Am I in No, you're not in trouble. Why are you? Yeah, actually you are cuz you're drinking 10 gallons of milk. Yeah, you probably are in trouble. Not with me, but just in trouble in general. You're like you're gambling your life right now. Um the last person specifically that I want to shout out is D. He is the owner of Coastal Edge who helps put on all of Jackalope. They have since year 1 and I had never gotten to meet him. And this year, at the end of the festival on Sunday, I was walking back to the hotel, and he was right out like kind of at the walkway towards the hotel, and I just went up. Chat. Here's the thing. It might be a little outdated, but if you see somebody and you appreciate them, go up and tell them just say thank you. Just be a good person because I've done that. Every story that I've told tonight has been by me initiating a conversation. Most all of them were by just saying thank you for what you do and not expecting or hoping for anything in return for any of those. I simply just did it to say thank you because this event means everything to me. And so I did the same with D, and I went up and said thank you for, you know, putting on this event all these years and helping bringing Jackalope to Virginia Beach and all this stuff. He literally dropped what he was doing, gave me a hug, and said thank you so much for telling me that. And he asked me something. I basically told him like, you know, this event really kind of helped save my life a few years back. And he said, how so? Like how did, you know, all that happen? And I told him mental health, physical health. I just have dealt with a lot, and this event is what I live for every year. And he gave me a freaking bear hug and said that is why we do what we do. And it he said it made his weekend. And you know, that's the owner of the freaking the biggest like surf shop brand or surf shop company on the East Coast that I first of all even have access to talk to, because most people like that would never be out in the area for people to bother them, you know what I mean? But that's what's so cool about this kind of lifestyle, the action sports. Like, it's just chill, it's just people that are just there to hang out, and they don't care if they're CEO or they're the janitor that's cleaning the toilets, you know what I mean? um so we had a cool conversation, and so huge shout out to him. I'm hoping that I will be able to stay in touch with him as well. So all of that being said, next year we're gonna work things out with Monster to do more stuff. I'm gonna stay in touch with Micah, who's the CEO of Jackalope, and hopefully do stuff. Possibly get to do some editing for Jackalope. And Coastal Edge, who basically helps put the entire thing on in Virginia Beach, maybe get to do something with them too. So they are all incredible people. My heart is so happy that I got to meet them and hang out with them and feel like I am part of it, cuz I always feel like I'm on the outside looking in everything in life, but when I'm at Jackalope every year, I am part of it, and even more so this year. I am Monster family now. Um, I got hooked up with gear. I got like, dude, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. Uh, Rooster making all the higher ups cry with his kind heart. Rooster would be making them cry because he's drinking 10 gallons of milk every day. If you drive into Ventura next year, I'm hitching a ride in OKC. I mean, if I got invited to come to Ventura, I am not driving. I will be flying to Ventura, but we'll pick you up, and you can grab onto the wing as we go by. Oh, you meant me? Okay, me making all the higher ups cry with my kind heart. I mean, I don't know about that. I think D was in tears for sure when he said that's what they do all this stuff for. But yeah, I mean that's what it's about, man. That's what it's all about. We're just so similar. I mean, in some ways, I don't drink 10 gallons of milk in a day, but yeah, in some ways. Um all right, so a few cool stories that happened. If Steak's still here, he'll appreciate some of these for sure. And this is also kind of another thank you in a way, but not really. Um, Skateboarders are freaking cool people, man. They are. Every year that I go, I get to meet new skaters, see skaters that I met in the past. There's usually, new people that show up each year that I'm like hyped on getting to see for the first time in person. And as long as you aren't super like, oh my gosh, it's Mickey Papa, like in their face, like they love they're just dudes. Like they're not your typical athlete that's like trying to hide from crowds, like they're in the middle of everything all the time. And getting to stay at the hotel that most everybody else was staying at, it was insane because you would walk in the lobby and people would just be chilling. You get in the elevator and you be riding up the elevator with people. The first day I was there, I hop in the elevator. There's one dude standing in the elevator, and guess who it is? It's Bob freaking Burnquist, dude. The actual GOAT. And I'm like, should I get in this elevator right now? Or like, should I, you know? And I got in the elevator and he's like, hey, what's up, man? How are you this weekend? I'm like, on the inside, I'm like, wait a second. He asked me that. And I've never talked to this guy before. I would normally be asking him, trying to just say hey to the GOAT. But he asked me, huh? What? That does, what? Like, dude, so sick. So sick. I saw, one of the first people I saw was Manny. I met Manny last year. You guys that were here in the stream last year at Jackalope on the Thursday night stream, we had Manny on there. And it was so cool because that was before P-Rod was streaming. And so when I had Manny on that stream, he told me, like, dude, I've never been on a live stream before. And I was like, so I'm the first person that you've ever been on a stream with. And he was like, yeah, I have never done this before. And literally, like, months later, he's been on P-Rod's stream, he's been on Kurt's stream. Like, it's crazy, dude. Like, you know, and I saw him this year and I was like, I don't know, he might remember me or whatever. And he saw me and he came over and he hugged me. He's like, dude, I'm so happy you're here again this year. And like, I couldn't believe that he remembered me, you know? And like, but again, these dudes just, they're different. They care about people. They're not your typical star, right? They're not your typical celebrity style, you know, athlete, whatever. Like they're just regular people that go get to do cool things. So Manny was awesome. I got to see him a couple times over the week, and he asked me on Sunday if I was coming to Canada for the next Jackalope, because they have one in July, and I was like, I don't think so, but if there's any way I can get there, I will be there. Trust me. Yeah, Sonia, you know a couple. I think you know a couple skaters. Bob's a GOAT. Ew. All right. That's crazy. Good old Manny just popping in the stream. Dude, that was insane. One of the guys that was there this year that I had not gotten to meet in person before was Julian Christensen, who's just coming off of the first annual PSL season, winning the championship. First round pick, by the way. And when I saw he was coming out there, I was like, yo, that's sick. Like I didn't, you know, never gotten to see him skate in person. And I was hoping at some point I'd get to bump into him. Literally, so this is going back to the failure that Thursday night was, right? Thursday night, the stream didn't work. Went back, I told you guys about all that, right? So after I had finally figured out why the stream didn't work on Thursday, I took some deep breaths, and I'm never really the kind of person that's like, yo, I need to get some fresh air. Like, you know, usually I'm like, all right, we figured that problem out. Now it's on to the next thing. Let's stay on the grind. But that night, I was so frustrated and so relieved that I got it figured out that I was like, all right, I need to go outside and get some fresh air. So I went down to the lobby. I was walking towards the door, and Julian Christensen is there with another guy. I don't know who that guy was. And again, same thing with Bob. I didn't initiate the conversation. I wasn't even gonna, I was just gonna say what's up in passing to Julian because they were walking and talking. I'm not the kind of guy. Unlike a lot of people, I have respect when I see people having a conversation. I'm not gonna butt in until that conversation is over. So they were walking and talking, and I was walking the opposite direction. And all I was gonna do is just say, "What's up? Glad you're here." Whatever. Julian looks at me. He speaks to me first, and stops. So then I stop because I'm like, okay, well, I guess we're getting ready to have a conversation. He introduces himself. We start talking, and literally stood in the lobby for like 10 minutes and just talked about skating, asked me about about my streaming stuff. Like, okay, like, okay, cool. You know, like here I am having a conversation with Julian Christian in the hotel lobby before the festival even starts. So he was like, "Hey, you know, if you see me around this weekend and you're streaming, I'm down to be on, like whatever." I'm like, "Perfect. Heck yeah, easy." So had a great conversation with Julian, super nice guy. Walked outside, got some fresh air. I was the hotel, like I said earlier, it's literally like it's you have the beach, Virginia Beach, you have the beach, the sand, the ocean, then you have the boardwalk, which was part of what we streamed on Friday with where the vendors were, and then the hotel is like 100 feet, if that, from the boardwalk. So, you know, there's like one main side walkway to the hotel that goes into the main entrance of the hotel, and the side uh walking area connected to the boardwalk. I mean, it's a beach access. It's open to anybody, right? So I was just sitting there getting some fresh air, trying to calm down after the frustration from the stream. And JD Sanchez, who, shout out to JD, absolutely crushed it. Won another Jackalope Fest this past weekend on Vert. JD comes out with JoJo Jones, who is another vert skater, Ollie Graves, another vert skater, and then a bunch of the Jackalope crew and Bob Burnquist come up at the same time. So it's probably like 10 of us just in this one little small area, just kind of hanging out. And there's this guy that I've seen him there. I would assume not to be judgmental by any means. I would assume he is probably homeless. And my heart breaks for him because he seems like a genuinely good person. And I have a very soft spot in my heart for people that are homeless. But I would say he probably has a little bit of a substance problem. And he was on one for sure that night. And so he saw all of us there, you know, and he probably doesn't know who any of these guys are, right? That he you know, just normal people, just like anybody else, whatever. And he goes up to like each person, and he's like dapping them up, and like, you know what I mean, and like being loud and all this stuff, and nobody really like, everybody was being nice, but they didn't know what to do. You know, it's kind of awkward because he was definitely like on another planet at that time. And so he came over to me, and I'm sitting on the walkway to, hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. That would make it a lot easier to explain to you guys. let me try to get like the street view of this, because it would make it so much easier to explain. I was not here last year for Jackalope. Not quite cool enough at that point. Bruh. Hey, you know what? You were here for this year, and that's what matters, right? Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Okay. This is going to make it so much easier to explain now. Also, remind me, for anybody that's still here and not bored with my stories, to check out the photos in Discord too. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. So on the right is the hotel. So this is one entrance to the hotel right here, and they have this restaurant that's connected to it and stuff. So all of us, this is like an access right here to the beach and all that. You can see the statue right here and stuff. But there's this, so this is the restaurant right here. There's like outdoor seating and stuff like that. There's this little brick wall, like in a snake pattern, kinda. And me and JD and JoJo were all sitting on this brick wall, and then Bob and the Jackalope guys were kind of like over against this fence right here, and the the homeless guy was like going around talking to everybody or whatever. So I'm sitting over here on the wall, and for some reason he picked me out most of all, and he was like, "Hey man, how you doing, bro?" And he comes over and he like daps me up, and then he gets like super like close to my face, because like I said, he's like on another planet. He gets super close to my face, so I'm like backing up, like, you know, trying to keep my bubble of space. And like I don't really have anywhere to go here. There's nothing behind me that's gonna keep me from, you know, I was on like this part of it right here. So if I go too far backwards, like I'm falling into this bench, or I'm going straight to flat, like on the ground right here, right? So I don't have like, I have no escape, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And he gets like hella in my face and stuff. So I'm like trying to back up, you know, and like, and but like also not be like like rude about it. So thankfully it was literally like 2 seconds that this happened. It's not like he stayed there or anything like that. But he dapped me up, and then he went on his merry way. And Bob is standing over here, and again, like, we're all people, so just because you have a name, that doesn't mean anything crazy. But like, this is Bob Burnquist, okay? Like, you know what I mean? Like, on the inside, I'm geeking out the fact that I'm standing that close to Bob, and I met him earlier and all this stuff, right? It's so insane to me. So so that guy starts walking away, and I like kind of sit back into the normal spot on the wall after I'd been like scooting back or whatever. I start sitting back down, and Bob starts laughing like crazy. Bob's like dying laughing. And he walks over to me and he's like, "Dude, I was trying to figure out a way to save you right there, but you had nowhere to go. Like you were trapped right there, and there was nothing that I could have done in that moment." And like we just had like a huge laugh about it because in like those couple seconds I was like, all right, this dude needs to like back up, you know what I mean? But I was trying to be respectful too. And then like I said, 2 seconds it was over, and then me and Bob had this like huge laugh about it afterwards. Like it, dude, so funny. And just having like moments like that as opportunities with guys like this that you would think like want nothing to do with normal people, right? Like if that happened to JD or something, that's fine because they know each other, they're homies. I'm just a random dude that Bob met a couple hours before this, you know. Um, but it's so cool that things like that happen, and they're wanting to have those interactions with you. I like Manny, for example. We were getting on the elevator one time, and Manny hopped on, and we started going up a couple floors, and then all of a sudden we stopped on a random floor, and nobody was getting off the elevator and nobody was getting on the elevator. So the doors open to the elevator, and we're like peeking around, like making sure nobody's trying to catch it before the doors close or whatever. And it was a very like long break before the doors would close again for some reason. So Manny was standing there, and after we realized nobody was there, he was like, "Yeah, come on in," like acting like it was a ghost or something. He was like, "Yeah, come on in. We got plenty of room." And then he didn't realize that I had punched in my floor number, and so we start going up again, and he looks over at the thing where you punch in which floor you're going to and sees which ones are lit up. And I was staying on floor 10, and he looked at it, and then he straight up panicked. He looked and he was like, "I didn't punch that one in." Like full on panic. And I was like, "Manny, it's chill. Don't worry. Like that's my floor." And he was like, "Oh, thank God." He was like, "I gotta stop joking around about ghosts and stuff." Like those stories aren't gonna hit the same for people that, like, if you're not there, like it's not gonna hit the same. But what I'm trying to say is like these guys are different, bro. Like they're just fun people to be around. You make these short little moments like that, but that become memories and stuff. Like it's so cool, man. It is so cool. Had some great interactions with Mickey Papa. Um, man, like basically everybody that was there was just amazing. Matthias that won the street contest, congrats to him. Uh, he dude was in tears because he's worked so hard to get to where he's at, and that's a pretty big deal for him to be able to win that, and super stoked for him. Man, and like just everybody that was there just had good moments with him, and I definitely needed that for myself, like it's hard to fully explain it, really, but I definitely needed that, and it leaves me very hopeful for um not just next year, but like in between now and then, keeping these connections going, and hopefully more opportunities come with that, and never know where things can go with the festival and with Monster and Coastal Edge and all this stuff, man. It's been amazing. It was amazing trip for sure. Gotta be honest, I'm gonna need you to repeat everything you've said this stream. I never pay attention. Hey, join the crowd. Nobody ever does. Nobody ever does, man. You're good. I have seen Pursuit of Happiness. Yeah, I sure have, Sonia. But I guess the last thing I'll say is going back to what I had said earlier, that's where I feel like I fit in. That's where I feel like I'm seen. A lot of times if I'm somewhere, I feel like I get judged because of how I look. And that I can't tell you how much that destroys you. Like when you just know that somebody's passing and just judging you for how you look, like it is crushing. And I already have always had self-confidence issues, and it's just uh it does way more damage than you think it does to somebody. I struggle with it on stream. I struggle with it anywhere that I'm at in person. And when I'm there, I feel like I fit in. And I've never felt that way before. The first year I went, that was the first time where I was like, wow, this is my people, you know? And each year it's just grown more. And this year was multiplied by so much more. Like, just I will cherish this past weekend forever. It's made a lasting impact on me. It's gotten me somewhat excited and hopeful in life again. And I just hope that I can continue to make these things happen, not just for me, but for the stream, the community that we have. And again, last thank you to everybody that made it happen. Everybody from Jackalope, Jordan, Dan, D, everybody here in the community. Like it couldn't have happened without all of those things, you know, coming together like it did. And it definitely means a lot. I'm judging you by how you look. Hey, again, join the club. So does everybody else. Tend to listen better if I'm doing something, so having the stream up in the background while drawing is fire. Nice. What are you drawing? Ban of Morndom? Growing up, probably why I don't like being on camera, but I try to teach my kids different. Yeah, I mean, I don't like being on camera either. Every time I go live, I'm like, I don't want to be on camera, but I'm trying to force myself out of my comfort zone. And even though I'm not fully comfortable yet, like compared to where I was when I first started, I am way better than that, you know? And I hope that I can continue to develop a little bit of self-confidence as I go, and you know, try to get to that point at some time. But just updated some art for the characters for a big art gifting event in July called Art Fight, and for fun. Oh, nice. Sick. Yeah, I need to check out these photos in Discord. I do want to show you guys this photo. Let me do this before we go over to the Discord stuff. this was a freaking dream come true right here. One of the it was when it first got announced that Christian Hosoi was gonna be at Jackalope this year. I was like geeked out. That is one of the OGs and one of the reasons why skating has gotten to where it is now. And I got I got this super sick photo with Christian Hosoi, Kareem Campbell, Andy Howell, who, by the way, shout out to Andy, who made the artwork for Jackalope this year. So the all of the artwork with the pirate and stuff this year was drawn by the guy that's all the way on the right. So he founded Ghost Ship, which is out of North Carolina. They have their own board brand and kind of like clothing line. Super sick brand. And yeah, it was an honor to get to meet all those guys. And Christian Hosoi is dude. Kareem, I didn't get to speak to Andy for literally just in this photo. That's it. But Christian Hosoi took some time to talk with me, which I really appreciated, and so did Kareem. Kareem was awesome. Definitely the life of the party anywhere he's at. Great dude. Christian was giving out some stickers for his board brand, so I got one of those. Also got this from Damo. Wow, that's so bright. Hold on. Let me see if it's probably not even gonna make a difference, but they had him out with some of the new Monster Beast drinks that they have. He was there doing some stuff for them. W photo, yeah, that was a cool moment for sure. I was stoked to be able to meet those guys. Today's the day I finished sifting through 8,000 plus Steam games. I might celebrate by taking one of my bi-yearly showers. Let's go. Heck yeah. Let's go. He doesn't have a drink himself, but they had a special like mixed drink available that was called the Domo Waka for the weekend, which was pretty sick. And they made these little cards for him, and he was walking around signing them and just handing them out. So that was pretty cool. All right, let's see some of this Discord stuff real quick. Oh snap, we got some chicks. We got some baby chicks. Oh my goodness. Look at the dude. Hey, you ain't wrong. I love chicks too, for real. I do be loving some chicks. Dude, it's so cool to have them like just being like I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like they're just chilling to the point where they're just like hanging out, like climbing on you and like walking around. I'm assuming like this is on a bed or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're like a dog or a cat would be, kind of. You know what I mean? I guess you just wouldn't. I've never had chicks or anything, so it's not really like unlocked in my brain before. Coral, a chick magnet confirmed. They're about 2 weeks right now. That's so cool. Make sure you guys can see that. Dude, man, I need to come visit you guys sometime and see this in person, because this would be so fun. I feel like it would be relaxing. It's probably not always relaxing for you because you have to take care of them, but if you just come visit, some, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you come and visit, like, dude, be so peaceful, just hanging out with all the chicks. You know me, I hang out with all the chicks. I mean, I will say I was hanging out with the monster girls this past weekend, and they were very lovely. But dude, see, that's what I'm saying, like, just chilling on your shoulder like that. Come on, man. That would be so sick. Oh, this was days after you got them. Look at the dude, they're tiny, bro. Bruh. Chat, should I get a chick as a pet? Imagine me streaming and having a chick just like up on my shoulder. I should get a parrot. Oh wow, this is here's here's Rooster's pet right here. Monster girls. Yeah, I mean they were listen. They were very, very kind people. Very, very kind people. I don't think she'd like being called a pet, but some people have weird kinks. Bro, what? Nah, come on, gang. I ain't talking about. Oh my gosh. You're, yo, cooked, bro. Absolutely cooked, man. What's my name? My name is Trey, and I have a basketball game tomorrow. In general, is me, by the way. Bro. Bruh. What? Oh, I get it, because it's the 10 gallons of milk. I get it now. I feel like if you had 10 gallons of milk, this would probably be like what you would actually look like. You would be sweating milk at that point. You know? It curdled a little bit. All right. All right. I think Rooster has a milk problem. Is Rooster lactating right now? Get you a furry or something? Maybe one of the monster girls is into it. Dude, oh my gosh, bro. That's crazy. Okay, to clarify, I was talking about a animal chick, not a girl chick. I was talking about the animal, having one of them for stream, and it just like it's all around the desk and like hops up on the shoulder, you know what I mean? That'd be sick. That'd be hot, huh? Okay, all right. First of all, yes. Yes, it would. Second of all, I'm gonna die alone, so that's only a dream that I could have. I will be alone forever when it comes to that. So, uh, yeah, I have nothing else to say. I have no chance. So you can get dippers made or made them yourself for birds too. So wait, okay, how realistic would it be? How realistic would it be to have an animal baby chicken that would enjoy hanging out, like outside time, yes, of course, but like enjoy hanging out, just vibing while I stream? Is that possible? Keys is into furries. What are you talking about, furries, bro? What, like, what? Where did furries even begin? No, I don't. I have no. Furries piss me off. Okay, I love all people, but furries, come on. What are we doing, bro? What is my persona? What do you I don't know. I don't have a persona. I'm just me. Vary, but they're pretty social animals, so typically they recommend two at least, especially for waterfowl or if you aren't home a lot. Well, I am home all the time because I have no life. But I mean, two would make sense, I guess. Dang, it would be sick to have baby chicks. That would be cool. Hmm, that would be sick. Uh, you could just adopt me and have a full-grown rooster that would enjoy hanging out. True, actually, yeah. Does that mean you're a furry? Did you just confirm that did you just self-claim that you're a furry? You can own them solo, but either way, my birds seem me as part of their flock. Yeah, I feel like if you spend a lot of time with them, then they would just assume like, oh, you're one of us, you know? Because I know you said earlier they don't have much of a brain, so I'm like Keys. I only like people if they're covered in fur. Dude, I never. Oh my gosh, guys. I never. Y'all are the ones that made it weird by assuming it was furry. I was talking about a freaking animal the whole time. Looking at the photo of the exact thing I was talking about. We were literally looking at the photo. I don't think he realizes he said a monster girl furry would be hot. Well, there goes my chance of ever hanging out with Monster again. Somebody's gonna see this and it's GG's. So I'm glad I got to do it this past weekend because I'll never get to hang out with him again. I may as well delete Jordan's phone number, Dan's phone number. You can buy leashes for them? Okay, now that sounds like a kinky thing. Boyo, I got you on the hot sauce, by the way. Play back the VOD. It brother, I remember what you're referring to. I said not a furry, but a a full-on female chick, like human being, yes. Furry or animal, I don't know where that even came from in this. Y'all are the ones that are making this weird. They do, but it's like capped at a 7-year-old. They are pretty smart animals. Honestly, people don't give them credit. Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. So they like, yeah, okay. Interesting. Hear me out. Sky is a furry. That would not interest me at all. Even a redheaded version of it would not interest me at all. That's not my thing. If it's your thing, that's great. Congratulations. There's more out there for you now. I'm good. I'm okay. I will take it as far as to say I would rather die alone than to have a furry. Because I'm going to die alone anyway. Like the babies are starting to know their names and understand the word come here while I tap the ground and call him like a dog. Wow, that's sick. So they're like, that's cool. I didn't know that they developed like that quickly, I guess. We'll see about that. What is that supposed to mean? What does that even mean? You're not going to wait for like a year and be like, like that is, nothing's going to change. Deeply confused and closeted. We need to make him feel safe. Guys, how in the world, only within this community could I go from talking about my trip and how amazing this week has been and nothing but gratitude that I've been talking about the whole stream, hardly anybody chatting the whole night, and then as soon as I stop talking about the cool stuff, now we're talking about furries and chats popping off. Like, bro. What? I don't even know what to say, man. I'm not, oh my gosh. I'm going back to Virginia Beach, bro. Okay. I'm going to get the sauces. Anything from the new season of sauces. I don't think I added the two that I opened to the wheel yet. If you would rather me do the two sauces that I've opened, then I will do those instead. And we're gonna do the hot one stream this month.
Milk, it's yummy or something.
We're gonna do the full 10 hot ones stream sometime this month. You guys, I used to try to have like streams that were kind of secret to hype you guys up, but that's never gotten anybody excited before, usually. So if you guys want me to tell you some of the stream ideas that I have for this month when I get back with the sauce, let me know, and I'll spoil everything tonight. All right, I'll be back with the sauce. Okay, so I forgot that I finished the Big Smoky Mama sauce, so I did grab one of the hot one sauces to replace it. I be in chat before stream often. I'm ready for them to start. Yeah, but usually, like, you know how like, in the past, I've been like, guys, on Thursday, I've got a really fun stream idea, and I try to get people, like, wondering what it is and in anticipation for it. I feel like that never really, people just aren't interested enough sometimes. So should I just spoil everything that I have planned for this month? What do I eat like tonight for food, or just in general? Right now I'm eating hot sauce with no food. Cheers. Dude, this song's a banger. Talked to my brother about it. He's jealous, so we might go 50-50 on it. That would be cool. That would be cool. I got to figure out how I'm going to do the hot one stream. I'm surprised my voice has lasted this long too. I got to figure out how I want to do the hot one stream. I'm either gonna have, if anybody is interested in being like a co-host or like the host of it, kind of like what Sean would do in the actual show, let me know. I think it would be fun to have questions from chat while I do the sauces, because that's the whole point of hot ones, right? Like, if I'm just sitting here eating all of them, then that's not going to hit the same. So I feel like having somebody along with me on that could be fun if they're interested, but I also got to figure out the questions of how it's going to work too, cuz like I feel like I wouldn't get enough questions from chat or anything to make it last the whole time. Frick. Did you eat any other sauce and houses? Dude, this one, I'm going to do the second one right after this. This one is amazing. Skyrider, absolutely one of my favorite sauces of all time. If you guys want to try these for yourself, you can join the Discord. There's a hot sauce channel in there, and in the pinned message, there's a link that you can click where you can go and find all the sauces in there. If you need any director type stuff, I'll be willing to help out. So here's the ultimate hot one's dream stream for me would be to, if I had, so let's say I have a co-host, right? Just for example, let's say it's Rooster. Rooster and I would be in Discord, and he would have his face cam on if he wanted it. He would have his face cam on. Obviously, I would have this camera on. I would have a second camera where you guys could see the wings or whatever I end up doing with the sauce. Those three would be on the screen and would be able to swap to me being full screen at any time. So most of the time it would be like Rooster and I on the stream in a probably like a box, and then somewhere in the middle, like on the bottom or something, you would see the camera with the food and the sauce. And then just say, like, for example, if Rooster was asking a question, you could swap to his camera being the full screen, and then when I'm answering the question or eating one of the sauces or whatever, it would swap to me being full screen. It would be kind of like a production, but I don't have any of that stuff built yet, and I don't know if anybody would be interested, and I don't even know if that's necessary, because if I didn't get enough content along with the actual eating of the sauces to do it, then it would be kind of a waste of time, you know? I would have to have enough questions and or like topics to talk about while I'm doing it for that to be worth it, you know? Here's the second one. This is I don't even know which one I grabbed. Oh, this is a chili maple one from Hot Ones. We will be trying this one when I do that stream, by the way. Cheers. Try the sauces with a burrito. Oh, trust me, anytime I have a burrito, it has got hot sauce on it for sure. The best way to try hot sauce, like if you're trying a new one for the first time, the best way to try it is straight up. Not on a cracker, not on any kind of food. Just try it straight, cuz that way you get all the flavors coming through with no nothing to throw off the flavor or whatever. Check meme channel for your pleasure. Great. Well, this is going to get me for sure canceled for Monster. Like, I okay, I have no interest in this whatsoever. I'm literally shocked that you took the time to make this. No, I didn't smile cuz I'm into it. I smiled because I'm genuinely shocked that that you took the time to do that. Kinda hot, not gonna lie. Hey, like I said earlier, that's all for you guys, man. Hey, I'm one less competition. Y'all can go for it. Any of y'all that are bricked up right now, hey, y'all can go for it. I'm out on that one. You don't have to worry about me getting in the way. I'm good. So yeah, congrats guys. There's one less player in the field on this one. Be honest with yourself. I trust me, I'm being very honest with myself right now. It was an uphill battle, now it's slightly less uphill. Yeah, see, I'm doing you guys a favor right now. Hey, I'm bowing out on this one. You guys are good to go. Have at it. I'm good. I'm more bricked than a brick house. I thought you had zero so okay, hold on. Let me get this straight. Let me get this one straight, Rooster. So regular Sky, just the straight up character female version of Sky. You're like, absolutely not, no way. But then you see a furry version of Sky who's the same, just a furry now, and you're more bricked up than a brick house. Man, we need Jesus bad. Furry Sky might be better than Deadlock. I don't know who Deadlock is. I don't remember who Deadlock is, but you saying that is a shock, you know? I'd be slightly worried to see y'all's hear me out cakes. Dude, Cora, yes. I couldn't have said it better. Could not have said it better. I would not want to hear I would not want to see any of you guys hear me outs from anybody. Sky mid furry Sky can dominate me. I'd bark for her. Guys, I went live. I went live talking about Jackalope and Monster Energy and skateboarding and thankful and cool stories, and now we're talking about a Valorant character as a furry. I'm sorry, I'm just lonely. Brother, I'm the one that just said I'm gonna die alone, and I'm not even down bad enough to be like, yeah, I'm bricked looking at a freaking video game character that's a furry. So am I, Frick. I guarantee you he's looking at that photo again right now. I can't, I I I guarantee you he's looking at that photo right now. Boyo is also in denial like Keys. Well, maybe Boyo is he's got his, hey, you get to a certain level, like you gotta stay strong to a certain level, you know what I mean? Sky take Sky take yeah. You're so lucky I used all my free image generations for the day on Chat GPT. What? No, no. What? Okay. What? What in the world? How do you? How would you even find this? Like, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. Nah, I'm good. I don't need to hear that. Never mind. Not because of furries. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, I'm sure I probably have some crazy hear me outs too, but I guarantee you that it would not be that intense. It would not be that OD where I'm having a Valorant character as a furry on my hear me out. Hey, Rooster, I if you want to do that, go for it. You can go live and have at it, brother. Have at it. Go live and have at it. I like I don't even know what to say at this point. I was gonna pull up some of the I was gonna pull up some of the clips from Jackalope and watch them. Maybe even watch like the super finals. And in case you guys missed it, but now I'm like sick to my stomach. Yeah, Jackalope was great. So cool. Like the new background. Thank you. Nice mic. Thanks, man. One thing that I did forget to say is I've had the photo right here of Keyshawn for gosh, I've probably had that for over a year now. Um they had t-shirts this year made of a iconic photo that he had back in the day. They printed t-shirts with that photo on it this year, and all the money was going to his family, which I think is like really freaking cool. Um and for those that didn't hear the story of like why I had the photo on there and stuff, the first year at Jackalope, he was helping train Saren Long. I think at that point she was probably 10 or 11, maybe 12 the first year Jackalope. She was tiny. She couldn't skate with much speed. She was trying to board slide the one of the rails that they had on the street course, and she just didn't have enough power to like slide the whole thing. And Keyshawn knew her. He like trained a lot of the younger kids in Texas. He like that's what he did for his job, I'm pretty sure. Um he was like a skate trainer kinda. And seeing him like help her get the confidence and the speed to be able to eventually by the end of the weekend like board slide that rail was really freaking cool. And then I had such a cool moment with him at the end of that weekend and stuff. Um, Saren was there this past weekend, and I've wanted to tell her that story because I know it would mean a lot to her. I've wanted to tell her that story of how I watched, him helping her that weekend and stuff, and how cool it was. But she's still pretty young, and I know she's had a hard time dealing with the fact that he's gone. So I haven't ever told her that, but I think probably by next year I think she'll be like around 16 by then. Uh, I think it would mean a lot to her to hear that. It's kind of like a tough topic, right? But it's a cool story, and I think it would mean a lot to her. So probably gonna tell that if she's back next year. Is that a new hat? It is a new hat. Cause I gave away my new era monster hat to Banana Man that was in chat earlier. What's my favorite part of the entire festival? Feeling like I belong. Yeah, feeling like I'm actually respected as a human being. Why was I talking about you for 5 minutes earlier? Because at the beginning of my like list of people to thank and shout out, I shouted out everybody that's in the community and people that, help donate to the goal here and gifted subs and hung out in the Jackalope streams and stuff like that. But I gave a special shout out to you because you went above and beyond helping out with the weekend. I mean, you became mod on YouTube. You promoted the streams in Discord, on Instagram, all that stuff. So I had to give you a special shout out for that, you know? Nobody respect me and I don't belong, but it's bliss. Oh, okay. So all the stuff that I've said about you in the past, it's I guess none of that mattered, huh? Yeah, I mean, you can go back to that point in the stream if you want to hear exactly what I said, but yeah, I was just giving you, I mean, again, everybody helped make this happen for me, of course, but you definitely went above and beyond anything that I could have ever asked for when you were posting the streams and sharing everything. Just I could have never expected all that to happen. So yeah, I just had to give a special shout out, man. I'm not a real person. Oh, okay. I guess I'm not real now. Am I AI? Why would they make such an ugly person as AI? That's a bummer. AI can't grow a mustache like that. It probably could, honestly. We all saw that, Keys. Saw what? Keys loves regular Sky and he can't deny it. Yes, regular Sky. Yes, I will admit. If there was a real life version of that, then yes, you're 100% right. Yes. Uh, the whatever the image is in Discord, I'm good on that. Dude, TJ Rogers was out there this weekend with Tech Deck. That dude was on he was in Pluto the whole weekend. Hey, that, that hey, that dude was freaking he was on like he was wow. Yeah, he was way gone. What's the IRL on the 6? Me curious. Oh shoot, I didn't realize I meant to hide that cuz I didn't get a chance to update it. IRL stream on Saturday is um gonna be with it's gonna be at a card show, and they have a couple of the Pokemon voice actors that are gonna be there, and then Allen Iverson is gonna be there. A couple of NFL players are gonna be there, and a lot of cool stuff like trading cards and uh collectible stuff. I'm sure there's gonna be like a lot of anime stuff. And I reached out to them to see if I could come stream, and they told me absolutely. So, all right, Amorndum, I appreciate you, dude. Have a great rest of your night. if I get to go again next year and do the stuff that I have planned or that I'm hoping like will eventually work out with Jackalope and stuff, I want to do the streams, of course, but I also want to film some. I want to film not like vlogs, but I want to film like recap type. Well, I guess it would be kind of like a vlog, but not the like annoying kind. It would be more of like showing off the event, and if I had time, like showing off more of Virginia Beach too. Uh, I think that could be pretty fun. Dude, Huddy is insane.
Big blast right there over the channel 900. Over the channel 900.
Everybody saying like last year that Hudson Walker doing nines didn't count because he would like squat them out and stuff, which I can see the argument for, but he's gotten so much better. Like, yeah, he squats a couple of these out, but this next one right here, he does this 900 over the channel and just stomps it, just stands completely perfectly on the board after. It's like it went from, and literally within months, it went from squatting every 9 to it just depends on how he lands. You know what I mean? He did it on Friday night during Best Trick. He did a body varial 9 over the channel, and I'm pretty sure that was the second one that had ever been done. Body varial 9 over the channel and like stomped it, not squatted or anything. I bet I could do that. Dude, Chase freaking skated like a beast. Unfortunately, his qualifier run didn't go good, so he didn't make it. But like he was going crazy this weekend. The Body Varial 9. Yeah, the Body Varial 9 was probably on stream. I got to go back and watch it. Manny.
We'll get things going. We'll get things cracking right
Dude,
now.
Liam is so good, dude. I like Liam is just so confident on a board. It's insane. Am I in this? I feel like I think that's me sitting right there. Yeah, that was definitely. Yeah, because that's Jordan. That was on Sunday when I was just chilling with the monster guys.
They came out early, so y'all got some bonus skating.
Dude, Liam is so good. Seeing different skills are so cool. Yeah, that's what I really tried to highlight for the Jackalope streams, and I don't think it really hit with a lot of people, but I'm glad it did for some of you guys, you know. What's up, Jax? I can't wait to spam my IG with Jackalope and Keys next year. Yeah, I mean, dude, you know what sucks is like my confidence is already dwindling. Like I started the stream on a high and thinking about like all the cool things that we might get to do next year, and at the end, like 3 or 4 hours into the stream, I'm like, nobody's gonna. It's like it's just it's probably not gonna hit. But the streams were so good though. Friday was good. Saturday was not, which definitely left a sour taste in my mouth when it comes to the streams. Cause Saturday was supposed to be the big one. Being that it was with Monster and we had the the access to be inside of the demo instead of outside the gate with the rest of the people. There were some things that happened before stream on Saturday that kind of I'm glad they happened. My IRL best friend that I went through college with and stuff, him and his wife and little dude live in Virginia Beach, and they were only going to get to come out for a couple hours on Saturday, so they came before my stream, and I'm so glad that I got to hang out with them because I only get to see him maybe twice a year at max at this point. After we lived together for like 4 years, all 4 years of college, we lived together. So I'm so glad that they got to come out, but I was expecting them to come after the stream.
Khaleesi Jax just cheered 2 bits for motivation.
Thank you, Jax. I appreciate the 2 bits and for the motivation. I appreciate it. And so I was thinking that they were going to come after the stream, but they were only able to come before the stream. So I was a little like rushed getting ready for the stream on Saturday, and yeah, it didn't go nearly like I was hoping, but it is what it is. Streams were amazing, dude. I don't care what anybody says. I had a blast. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you did, man. I appreciate it. Retell yourself about the people you met and how much they wanted to see you more. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that lasts. It's just like the longer I sit here and realize like I'm coming off of the high from the trip, it's like reality is setting back in that for the next year I'm gonna feel invisible again until I get to go there for 4 more days and feel like I actually belong somewhere. But yeah, I'm hoping that it'll last a little bit longer. As someone with more creative skills, it's cool to see for physical skills. Used to cheer and do cross country, but skate seems so out of this world. I'd fall on my face. Yeah, people don't realize like how intense skating is. Like it's usually it's one step of the board, one step on the board, and you slip out and fall on your back, and you realize, oh, okay, like maybe I can't do this after all, and it really puts things into perspective for people, you know. Dude, this another reason why Jackalope is so sick. This was before the demo. Liam was just skating like a freaking maniac on Sunday because he's that good. This was before a lot of people showed up. This was just like warming up for the demo. And then you look in the sky and you've got a freaking person walking on a line that's like this wide. If that. It's probably even like shorter. It's probably like this wide. And your foot, it's so skinny that your foot hangs off of the side. Like, you know what I mean? It's insane. It's another reason why Jackalope is so dope. This was Presley, dude. She is freaking amazing. Brady Baker, one of the BMX guys, jumped over her in one of the was that the one that we had the stream for? Was that the one that yeah, it was, cuz I remember cuz he took the couple he took the couple of practice jumps to like build up the anticipation for it, acting like he wasn't going to be able to clear and stuff. Yeah, that was cool. This is all the stuff that Jackalope's account was tagged in, so I have no idea what's on here. I'm just like randomly looking through this stuff. Dude, this statue is so cool. I tried to show it off on stream, but like it just doesn't do it justice. Like in person, this thing is so sick. I didn't get any of the jet ski stuff on stream, which I was kind of bummed about, because these dudes are insane too. Like freaking double backflips in the ocean is like insane. Yeah, there's the slack line. Literally connected to one of the hotel balconies, and then it's on the roof of the other hotel. Like it's so sick, dude. What a cool dude right there. That dude chilling.
We're going to get started here in just a minute with the final performance for the Monster Energy skaters and BMX riders. Some of our top pros coming out to Virginia Beach to entertain you and hook you up.
We're hanging out right here at the Ghost Ship, baby.
Yeah.
Jackalope Fest 2026, Virginia Beach. What?
We hit 1,000, baby. 2026, baby.
Line of flower dropping in.
Right on. Straight into a straight up backside 5.
Yeah, the aura
What's
that
happening,
Christian
everybody?
Asoy
Welcome back.
and Kareem have is insane.
Here we go.
Dude. Matthias. I had this feeling that this was probably going to be Matthias's year because Jake was a little bit injured. It was Mickey is always in the hunt for sure. Julian I knew was going to be there, but like, dude, Matthias is like he's just on it right now. He's so locked in. Kareem wasn't getting in everyone's way this time. I know, right? He was reserved. I will say for finals on Sunday, he was standing beside the course and he kept getting closer. And I was like, don't do it, Kareem. Don't do it. Don't get on the course. This was not on stream. This was Sunday at the finals. Like this is what won Matthias the contest right here. I'm standing right there. Does my my mouse doesn't show up on screen. Dang. Yeah, I'm gonna get cut off. I'm like 2 people over from the lights that are over on the left. Must have saw it on IG. Yeah, probably saw it on. I probably reposted it or something. Dude, the best people, man. I swear. The adaptive skate stuff was so cool too. We had some of that on stream on Saturday before the monster stuff. You know what made me really happy is Manny seemed to have the time of his freaking life, which he probably is most of the time like that everywhere. But last year, I think he got in late, so it kind of like threw him off a little bit. This year, it seemed like Manny had such a good time. Right click where I'm at. Well, you guys, I don't know how you guys will be able to see that. Yeah, see, it's not gonna show you on the stream. Oh my gosh. Okay, well that didn't work. Anyway, I'm in this right here. Yeah.
On the vert ramp earlier today when the girl dropped hurt. So we're going to move her over to the big kid side. And then all
Dalton Odom, adaptive skateboarder.
They're right there. Right there.
Dude, I mean, like,
Thank you.
Thank you. You're my first autograph ever.
Really?
like how cool is that, dude? Being able to skate for one, but also being like mostly blind.
Nice and close. Nice.
Like, come on, bro. That's just, it's amazing, dude.
let's go.
This kid was amazing right here.
Right for Team Asoy. He's got the Simple City Osaka shirt on. Judo Air 540. Into the McTwist 540. That's back-to-back five. Steel fish grab. Watch this one. Heel flip, Indy. Grabbing it perfect. 360 board. Everything's been perfect so far. Look at this. Body barrel 540. Nice. And this is where the Varial 540. That's the one Danny Way used to do. Frontside 360 lifts coming up backwards.
The voice of Dave Duncan, bro.
That's gonna be time right there.
Dave is always a vibe.
Wow.
He doesn't know me from anybody, and he gave me the biggest hug ever.
Let's go. Yeah, keep him fired
Imagine
up
it would feel
there.
freeing to a sense. Oh, for sure. Because I mean, like, everything in life for people that have, like, you know, bad vision, it's like everything is affected by it. You can't escape it ever, right? So to be able to skate despite that is like it's so cool. And Steak can probably attest to this too, but like I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't been able to skate myself in 15 years. So I could be completely incorrect, but skating is very much about feeling anyway. And that's why people like the adaptive skaters can do what they do. There's blind people, there's people who have prosthetic legs that were there, like really like huge limitations, but you can still find like the feeling of things. And so you can overcome, like, you know, those things because of that. I'm nearsighted, so I have to wear glasses to see far away, and even that's frustrating. Yeah, I can imagine. Can confirm. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why they're able to do some of that, you know. Oh, this is I forgot to mention this. So Aid Another is they do they're the ones that host like the adaptive skating stuff, and they help, you know, people with disabilities and things like that. All of the sales for like alcohol sales, because obviously, you know, people are on the beach, they're gonna get a beer and things like that. All of the sales the entire weekend go to Aid Another, which is so cool, because you think Jackalope, like, think about all the money that people are spending on, you know, drinks and stuff. That's a lot of money. And instead of bringing that in themselves, or even like half and half, every single dollar goes to Aid Another to be able to help them put on the events like the adaptive skate thing, to include the people who have disabilities and aren't able to skate with everyone else. And I think that's so cool, man. Jackalope people have the biggest heart. I'm not saying this because I got to meet all of them and I've had nothing but good interactions with them, whatever. They are the best people to put on this kind of event. They're passionate about it. They have fun. One thing that I should have said earlier, of all 4 years of Jackalope that I've been to, there's new faces because they've been growing and expanding, so there's new faces that are working with them. But there are still all the same people that were there year 1 are still there this year. And that says a lot about everything, because it's a good place to work. They're passionate about it. They love what they do. They probably don't even make that much, for themselves, like career wise. Like they probably don't make that much for themselves, but they love what they do, and they come back and continue to do these events year after year. And that really does say a lot, I'd buy maybe 2 beers a day, not gonna lie. I just want tea mostly. Yeah, I mean, they had a pretty big selection of things. Like, you could get all kinds of mixed drinks. They had the Beast drinks with Monster. They had Patron was there. There was a couple other ones that were there, I think, as well. But they don't sell like straight up beer like a Coors Light or like something like that. Like, it's all usually pretty unique branded stuff, which I think again is pretty cool because people aren't getting wasted off of PBRs or something. Like, it's actually small local crafted, stuff like that. So shout out to Mario, always killing it.
Good job.
This, and again, dude, there's so many things I could point out about what makes Jackalope special. I've heard people complain in the past that they don't have like a lot of people try to compare it to the X Games, and it's like, why isn't Nyjah here? Why isn't Jamie Foy here? Why isn't, these huge names here or whatever? And they do bring out big names, but the whole point of Jackalope is freaking a quarter of the field each year. It's their first time getting to compete in a contest, and probably their first time in the United States. And Jackalope handles most of their expenses to get them here. And it's a platform for them to be able to grow and have an opportunity for the first time. So if you can't appreciate that, then I don't know what to tell you. Like,
some big backside
if you can't appreciate that they're trying to help these people, then I don't like. There's no help. There's no chance you're ever gonna appreciate it.
That is tough to do. Look at that front side ollie.
Have some wild experiences with Patron. I bet you have. Honestly, last time I had a monster, my heart was freaking out. Turns out I have a fast resting heart rate. Slevin tested it the other day. It was anywhere from 108 to 113. Wow. Yeah, mine's pretty high too, just chilling. I think mine comes from the iron stuff too. Pretty wild to get a bunch of pros out. Yeah, I mean, it's not what they're trying to do, Like, if that's what they were trying to do, then they could probably pull it off, but that's not the whole point of Jackalope. What's up, Magic Turtle? Welcome in, brother. In time, it might get big enough that everyone wants to be there, but it's still early stages. Yeah, I mean, Jackalope has been going on for 14 years, but it was only in Canada, and I think they only had one event per year. And now, recently, they expanded to 3, and now they're doing the block parties like they had in Ventura. So they're gonna have one in Australia this year. Next year, they're definitely going back to Ventura. And I think they're eventually going to try to have like 5 of the festivals a year, and then also have multiple of the block parties as well. But I don't think that that's what I don't think that they want to be a festival that's trying to copy the X Games. Like if they have pros come out, then that's great, obviously. They usually shoot for like 5 to 10 big household name skaters to be there. And then the rest are like, you know, people who have never gotten to compete in a contest like this, or local people that wouldn't get to compete on a huge stage like this. Runs in the family. Last time I was tested, it was fine, but mom swears it's probably been taking iron tablets, trying to eat things with high iron. Yeah, I have the same problem because I have a very low iron count. That's why I had to get those infusions and stuff. But my my resting heart rate's pretty high too. But caffeine and things like that like has zero effect on me. I could have an entire monster, which I usually have half of one per. Whenever I have one, I usually have half a day. I could drink a whole one and immediately lay down to go to sleep and go to sleep. Like, caffeine does not affect me whatsoever. But I do have like a very high resting heart rate. Magic Turtle, hope you're doing good, dude. I appreciate you for being here and saying congrats about the weekend. It definitely streaming wise was a failure, but otherwise it was great. And this is another great part about Jackalope too, is they do every event that they do for the adults, they do a version for Groms as well. So like they had a men's vert contest for Groms, they had the women's, same for street. Like, it's cool, man. It's so sick.
Buzzer beaters here, come on.
Julian.
Back to back, let's get it.
David's such a funny guy. David is hilarious, bro. He barely speaks English, but my gosh, he's funny. Jeez, dude.
Mickey Papa's in, let's go. Here we go, so right now. Here we go,
Mickey's one of the most laid back people I think I've ever met in my life.
Here we go, man, I'm not wasting no time.
It was a great stream. I mean, Friday was good, but the rest of it I don't think was great. Did you see what I was saying in chat during Jackalope? I should have. Depends on when it was, because sometimes it was hard for me to read chat because of the sun. Like, I'd film stuff terribly at certain points Friday and Saturday because it was bright out and I couldn't see the screen to be able to know if I was filming correctly. And so in turn, I couldn't see chat very well because my chat was on the screen. So skating's so amazing to me, and some of these people are so young yet so skilled at it. There's a kid who is from Virginia Beach. His name is Lucas. He's 7 years old. He's tiny, like tiny little dude. He just learned 540s. Like, it's just amazing, man. It's insane. Skateboarding is such a special thing. David is the short king. Mickey is the short king. David is shorter than Mickey, actually.
There's a lot of girls down in Tina's secret in the song. There's a lot of girls down.
Ah, frick.
There's a lot of girls.
Marai Akimoto.
Yeah, see, like this girl right here. This is her first time in the United States. They flew her out here to come compete. Like, how sick is that? And she freaking crushed it. Third place, or sorry, I think they messed up the scoring or something. I forget what it was. She ended up in third place. Third place, first time in the U.S. Like, Kylie, Sunday was Kylie's birthday, first of all, and then she was injured. And she, dude, she crushed it. I was pissed that she didn't get podiums, because she honestly deserved it. Ronnie was one of the people that I wanted to meet the most, because I've watched this dude literally as far back as I can remember. And it was the first time I got to see him in person, like skate in person, and he's the only skater that I never saw the whole weekend except for on the ramp. Yeah, they're an amazing organization. Again, I can say that because I'm talking about all the cool stuff that they did for me and all that, whatever. All that aside, I would be saying the exact same. I've been saying it for the last 4 years. I said it last year when I got back from the trip, and I didn't have nearly the experience that I did last year as I did this year, you know? Be too powerful if I skated. I mean, your height would be a challenge, but at the same time, like, there's people that are your height or taller that are able to make it work, you know? Love to try, but I have a feeling I might not be good at it. But, I mean, here's the thing about skating, is being good at it doesn't matter. You're going to be as good as you are. You don't have to be going out doing tricks or anything. You can skate you can go out and have fun and skate just by getting on the board and pushing around, and, like, that's it. Like, you don't have to be doing anything, you know what I mean? I can tell sometimes you can just tell when something is genuine and cool. Yeah, no, it's very cool. I wish you guys could come out and experience this for yourself, or not even to Jackalope, but just go to a skate contest sometime and see it in person. Vert stuff is much more visually appealing to people who are new to skateboarding, because they're flying out of this giant wall of a ramp and going, 4 to 12, 10, 12 feet off the wall. You know what I mean? But street skating, and I'm not taking anything away from vert, I swear, but street skating is so much more technical, and like little like tiny little details that matter so much, which is why I personally love street more than vert, but I still love vert. There was a basketball team that was staying at the hotel this past weekend at the Hilton, and I guess they had an off day on Saturday. So they came out and saw Juno on the vert ramp, and Juno was flying probably 8 feet off the flying 8 feet past the coping of the vert ramp. And these dudes were walking by, and they were like, yo, oh my God. Like, you could tell it was the first time they'd ever seen anything like that in person. They were like the meme, like you know what I mean? Like, it's just so cool when people get introduced to this for the first time. And the fact that Jackalope in Virginia Beach specifically is on the beach. There's people that are on vacation that are walking on the boardwalk, or they're at the beach, and they see guys on dirt bikes doing backflip Supermans, on a 75-foot gap, or there's BMX guys doing flip whips or something over like the smallest ramps. Just like they people that have never been exposed to this, you can watch clips like we're doing now and you're like, "Oh, that's cool." But then when you see it in person, it's like it's just incredible, dude. It's insane. Going to your first concert later this summer? Oh, word. Who you going to see in concert? Dude, Steve was there too, bro. It was a vibe, man. I'm telling you. This past weekend was so special.
Switch.
Ah.
Shooters here, come on.
The fact that they both in the same run had 2 back-to-back bangers twice. Oh, dude.
Yeah. Look at this. It's like magic. Wow.
I mean, that hard flip was perfection. Absolute perfection. What's up, Grand Legion? How you doing, man? Hollywood Undead. Nice. Very cool. I didn't know you had never been to a concert. You're going to have a great time. It's going to be sick. I love me a good Julian switch hard flip, bro. Dude, look at my homie John. He's the one that hooked it up with the VIP. You're gonna see him in a second right here filming. Look at his face. I love it, dude. Oh, it's so good, bro. Absolutely amazing. That's a camera I'm gonna be using for your webcam. That is so OD, but I love it. I love it, bro. Wow, this is... That's a cool little edit. I like that. Simple, bro. That's cool. I like that. Wasn't ever something you were crazy about, knowing I'd like to play when I could go. So you and Slevin are gonna carpool down with some people we know and have a blast. That's so cool. Yeah, let me know how it goes. Concerts are so fun. Such a good time. Dude, Matthias is like so... Yeah, crazy. Absolutely crazy. Juno! I saw her in warm-ups on Friday, way before any of the contests officially started, and I was like, yeah, she's winning. Timu David Lloyd. Man. Not a Matthias fan, huh? My mom said she was sad she wouldn't be there for your first. Her and my dad been to many. My dad used to be a bouncer for some back in the 90s. Oh, that's cool. That's sick. I bet he got to be like at a bunch of cool shows. David Loy is good. Matthias is good too. I feel like you would just put that last part in there. Frick! Dude, when it comes to Vert, we're all just living in JD's world, and I'm okay with that.
Hold up in the 60-40, biggest creature of the kinds. Long live slick and quarry, free loot. Still trapping in the zone like a 3-2. Arm and hammer mixing, water whipping like the ski dudes. All funky as Pepe Le Pew. PU, it sucks to be you. One thing I hate is a Mr. Me Too. I get you knocked off, no T-moves. Stay on your A game, just trying to stay sane. Like navy blue and pink sea.
I mean, like,
crazy glue to my waist. Put her down quicker than PDQ. Could come and get a sneak.
Come on, man. Can't remember all of them, but I think Tool, he got invited into their van to party. Wow, that's insane. Holy cow. Want to see less board grabbing? I think YouTube hates me. Wait, why does YouTube hate you? Dude's been doing these same grabs since 85. Holy cow, like, jeez, I didn't know Steak was this big of a hater. Timu, David Loy, how do you hate on JD? JD is rad, bro. I understand, like, yeah, maybe he flips the board a little too much, but like at the same time, he knows it's gonna win him a contest. Like, you can't blame him for that. He knows that he has a bag of tricks that's gonna win a contest. He's gonna do it. Vert skating in general, a lot of the dudes grab too much. I mean, that's fair. I mean, yeah. I think it's because with Vert, like, it's so hard to do any trick without grabbing your board unless you're grinding on the coping or something like that. Like, there's doing a flip trick, no grab on Vert, like, the chances of landing it are so slim, it's kind of tough, you know? When you see... Oh, frick. What the heck? When you see dudes skate Vert, not grab their boards, it feels more modern. Yeah, no, I mean, I do agree with that. Dude, Ronnie, in Best Trick, Ronnie did a heel flip, no grab over the channel. It was, oh my gosh, it was butter, dude. Seems like my chats and messaging in general only go through sporadically. Oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry, dude. If you said anything, I swear I'm not, like, ignoring you. I just didn't see it. I wonder if it's the same thing that happened when, like, you said you were commenting on stuff and I never saw it. Gonna hop into bed. Good night. Been nice chit-chatting. Good night, everyone. Yeah, absolutely, Cora. Thank you for hopping in for a bit, and I hope you rest well. And we'll have to hang out again sometime soon. I definitely miss you guys. That's the cop-out. They've had 3+ years to progress, and there hasn't been much in Vert. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, see, this was it. This is what I was talking about right here. Look at that. That's stupid. That's stupid. That's dummy level right there. Dude, that's crazy. That is crazy. Hit me up anytime. It's living worse, but he's still around pretty often. Yeah, no, sounds good. Especially like I was talking about earlier with slowing down on, not slowing down necessarily, but like restructuring how I'm going to be doing content. Like, I should probably have more time to hang out off stream and stuff. So I always feel bad about that because, like, pretty much everybody's always in VC, like, constantly. Whether it's, like, Lords or like, Steak and them are always in like Dilly or Jay's, and I might hop in like once every couple of weeks. And it's not because I don't want to, it's just because I'm working my ass off, you know? Like, I feel bad, but like this is where I kind of make a little bit of money, even though that's been dwindling each month. So like I feel like I have to, you know? That was clean. I just wish it was longer. Dude, when people make edits like this, I wish they would just let the like leave music out of it. Just let the crowd noise, let the skate sounds just be like, don't add music. It doesn't need music. Always feel so bad about it. Yeah, I do too. All right, Sonia, have a good night. I don't know why I'm still alive. I gotta finish a video for Sam that goes up tomorrow, but yeah, thank you for hanging out, Sonia. Have a great night. Yeah, I was so like that one was not great, but some reason I just like I kept watching it. I don't know why I did that. Need to get to bed also. What are you filming tomorrow? Dude, oh my gosh, that's a great photo, dude. Oh, that's so good. It's awesome.
You can find me on a skyline. Stomp my feet and I go bye-bye.
This kid is amazing too. He's I'm pretty sure if I heard it right, he's about to go pro. Oh, just fixing sleep schedule? Yeah, I got you. I'm sure it's probably been tough, like, bouncing back and forth from China and stuff, trying to stay on a normal schedule, you know? Okay, I'm bored. that one had me at first, and I was like, all right. Dude. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I'm gonna. Yo, it's this is Banana Man. Chat, this is Banana Man that was here earlier in the stream. He's here. This is him. I gave him my other monster hat. What was I gonna say? I do have one clip that I'll search up if it doesn't come through here in the next, like, 2 minutes. Dude, I am so hyped for Colin. local boy to Virginia Beach. Killed it in vert. Definitely the loudest the crowd got the whole weekend. So sick. Yeah, I know you didn't see any banana. There was a couple distractions in that photo. I get it. Yo, this is I'm pretty sure I talked about this guy in stream at some point on Friday. Quinn Harbin. If you guys don't know about this kid yet, y'all need to get in early, because I'm telling you, this kid is special, and I don't think there's anybody at his age that works harder than he does at getting better.
Don't worry, Dave. I'm in a nice warm spot. Launch out to spin crack.
You'll be hearing about him for a long time.
This. Oh, basic front board. Nice and warm. There we go.
Let's go!
There we go.
Hey, like Matthias or not, he's a good dude. He is a good dude. God, the way that JD catches the board sometimes and just chucks it at his feet and somehow it works is crazy. And mind you, he had a broken arm too. See, look, there were bananas everywhere. There were bananas all weekend. Alright, Steak's gonna shut the stream off if I show another Matthias clip.
Look at this. Magic. Wow! Look at this.
David.
One, and that's time for Jay. One, and that's time for Jay. I'll agree, the eye of the tiger right here.
Go, Johnson.
Dude. Would you guys do this? Like, if you had the opportunity, mind you, it is 100% safe. No matter what it looks like, it is. There's no way that you're actually falling from this. But would you guys do this? Because if I had the opportunity, I would do it immediately. Yeah, this is the homie Brady right here. Homie was clip farming the whole weekend, dog.
Spend months in the corner, just me and my bag. I'm used to this, I'm known to that. I know I just gotta adapt. Hey, just wait on your Spotify rap.
So good.
And then the whole run.
Okay, I will literally sit here and do this all night. I gotta find this one clip and then I am gonna end stream. But I gotta show this one because it's so funny. I gotta figure out which one it is. Hold on. Okay, this is one version of it. I can't remember who posted the the one I saw earlier where it zoomed in on Liam's face. If I don't find it tonight, then I'll post it somewhere else. Hold on, I'm gonna let the video restart. Alright, so this is Daniel Sandoval, one of the BMX guys. He went absolutely bonkers in one of the demos and caught like the biggest air of the weekend, and Liam's face is so funny. Watch this. Cause like they don't have much room to stand on the top of the ramps, right? So they're putting all trust into whoever's getting ready to do a trick. Dude, it's so good. I got hold on. I want to see if Liam has this on his account. Dang, who posted that clip? I swear it was Daniel, but I guess it wasn't. Unless it was on his story. Maybe it was on his story. Hold on. By the way, tomorrow I know I was talking earlier about not I'm definitely gonna be getting away from gaming stuff, but I am also at the same time a completionist, whether I like it or not. So I will be continuing Titanfall tomorrow. And finishing that hopefully this week. Dude, why does this account or why does this clip not show? It shows up on my phone, but it doesn't show up on here. Gaming is bad anyway, also expensive. Yeah, I mean, I'm cooked when it comes to new games anyway. I can't even play Skate. I probably would have checked out season 4 of Skate, but we know how that goes anytime I try to stream that these days. So I just probably won't be playing the new season of Skate. And I also had wanted to try Forza, even though I hate Forza. I wanted to try out the new one, but there's no way I would be able to stream it, so okay. All right, here's finally I got the clip. Look at Liam's face right here, dude. So good.
Family enough for all they do. Here we go. More action coming in for all they do. Here we go. More action coming your way. Daniel Sandoval.
You got what makes this funny is like Liam doesn't really show emotion at all. Like he's very stone cold like all the time. So to get that out of him is hilarious, dude. That's so funny. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right, well, that is gonna do it. YouTube, thank you guys for hanging out over there. I appreciate it as always. I will be live again tomorrow, like I said, with some Titanfall. And I hope